At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop,
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
When injuries happen on and off the field, C4 Sports Therapy offers a total body functional approach to rehabilitation that helps you get back in motion fast. C4 is a different kind of therapy, offering personalized treatment programs and performance training and analysis in our professional athletic training facilities in Chattanooga and Cleveland. Our experienced high-energy team is focused on helping you recover fully from injuries, regain fitness after surgery, and prevent re-injury. Take your performance to the next level at sportmed.com/C4.
CHI Memorial offers virtual urgent care services for Tennessee residents ages 18 and older. The service is available daily until 10 p.m. Patients may receive consultations and even prescriptions for non-emergency issues. Learn more at memorial.org/virtual urgent care.
Hardee's is adding the goodness of maple flavor to our menu with new maple biscuits drizzled in sweet icing or stacked with savory sausage. Plus, our new cherrywood smoked maple candied bacon is perfect on a breakfast biscuit, Frisco burger, or its own. For a sweet spot in your day, maple makes everything better at Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon every day. Available for a limited time at participating locations. Breakfast hours vary by location.
Hey sports fans, as you cheer on your favorite teams, don't forget to fuel up at Just Love Cafe, the ultimate spot for breakfast, lunch, and coffee that'll keep you going all day long. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite before class or enjoying a Saturday brunch with the family, Just Love has got you covered. Dive into the delicious dishes and sip on amazing coffee in a cozy atmosphere that feels like home. Visit us at 2291 Parker Street, where great food and great coffee are always in play. See you there.
You're listening to Lee University Athletics, presented by CHI Memorial on WCLE 99.1, W256DQ Cleveland, and 1570 AM.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop,
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher
is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Hardee's is adding the goodness of maple flavor to our menu with new maple biscuits drizzled in sweet icing or stacked with savory sausage. Plus, our new cherrywood smoked maple candied bacon is perfect on a breakfast biscuit, Frisco burger, or its own. For a sweet spot in your day, maple makes everything better at Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon every day. Available for a limited time at participating locations. Breakfast hours vary by location.
CHI Memorial offers virtual urgent care services for Tennessee residents ages 18 and older. The service is available daily until 10 p.m. Patients may receive consultations and even prescriptions for non-emergency issues. Learn more at memorial.org/virtual urgent care.
Grab a Zaxby's Packs and get ready to dip, dunk, and devour 20 fingers, 30 boneless wings, crinkle fries, Texas toast, and a custom sauce bar. Feeding more than the fam? Zaxby's caters too. Order on the app or visit Zaxby's.com.
The Lee Flames Sports Network is on the air. This is the Smith Family McDonald's pregame show. Lee Athletics is brought to you by CHI Memorial, McDonald's, Food City, Hardee's, Toyota of Cleveland, Just Love Cafe, Cleveland Utilities, Zaxby's, Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, Taziki's, and Crown CDJR of Cleveland. Now let's go to your broadcasters, Philip Tang and the voice of the Flames, George Starr. Postseason baseball is here. Philip Tang, Travis Godfrey with you here on the Lee Flames Sports Network today as the Flames take on the Valdosta State Blazers here in the opening game of the GSC tournament. Travis, nothing says postseason baseball without a little weather delay, and we are an hour and a half behind of when we're supposed to start. The first game of the day, no rain. It was a lightning delay for about an hour, but we're ready to get things going.
Yeah, the team got here and got dropped off at the backfield for their batting practice, a little pregame stretch and everything. And as soon as the guys walked out on the field, Philip, the lightning, the siren went off, and so that was 30 minutes delay right there. So obviously behind a little bit, but we'll certainly get caught back up. It's beautiful here at the ballpark right now. Can't beat this weather.
Yeah, it's a little breeze. Usually it's really hot when we're playing in the afternoon games. It's a little breeze, so we're nice and comfortable here as the Flames come in with a 24-24 record as a 7th seed, take on the Valdosta State Blazers, who are 29-20. It was West Florida beating Trevecca earlier today. 7-5 was the final score. So the winner of this game will take on West Florida. The loser will take on Trevecca tomorrow. As earlier in the month of April, Travis, it was the Valdosta State Blazers taking 2 of 3 from the Flames. Lee won the first game, and Valdosta won both on Saturday.
Yeah, that first game, Lee won 14-8, 14 runs on 14 hits. Cooper Castile picked up the win in that game. Their starting pitcher that we'll see today pitched game 2 for Valdosta on that Saturday, and Valdosta won that game 5-1, and then in the rubber match of that game, Valdosta State walks it off in the bottom of the 7th, defeating Lee 8-7. So 2 really close games there too. That Coach Brew, obviously won the first one. Felt like they could have and should have won game 3. Right. So you have to feel good about yourself coming into this contest with them today. Just listening to him talk to his team before they made their way over to the field after their little session on the backfield. He said, just play relax. Pressure's on them. We have nothing to lose. We're the 7 seed, so let's go out there and play loose. Be aggressive. Let's be aggressive with our pitching. Let's be aggressive with our hitting. Let's be aggressive with our base running. So look for the Flames to swing. Swing early at some pitches today. He's a really good pitcher, is Hunter Booth. We'll give you a little more stats on him as we dive in, but should be a good matchup here in this second game of the tournament.
The Blazers have been a team that the Flames have struggled with in the last 2 years. Valdosta's won 4 of the last 5. Flames have won just 4 times in the last 13 contests since 2022. Part of that was the Flames having a run, so Valdosta seemed just to have the Flames number here.
Yeah, they do, and like you said, it's been that way. They beat us last year in this tournament, gave us our first loss of the tournament. So you're right, they do kind of have our number. But hey, I know this is kind of a cliche that people say, but records are out the door. It's a new season. Everybody starts fresh, and Lee's playing to keep their season alive. They have to win the tournament to move on, I think, is the correct thing. They're not going to get a large bid, so a little bit more to maybe play for the Flames. So hopefully play with some sense of urgency and be ready to go today.
The Flames are in their maroon uniforms, and since it's the first day, they introduced all the starters and the non-starters. So they're just now finishing up with Coach Brew walking out. Flames in the maroon. The Blazers were in their black, so they're going to be definitely warm on the infield today.
Yeah, I saw them over there. They were hitting on the other field, and I couldn't tell what tops they were wearing because they had on red BP tops, but they did have had on the black trousers, and so they've gone all black. But I like this uniform that Coach Brew's got on and wearing right now, and Coach Brew now in his 19th season as the head coach, 29th overall, 734 wins to his credit. Coach Jan Weisberg, the previous head coach at D3 Birmingham Southern, obviously they closed down last year. Great story of their run into the D3 World Series. 17 years as their head coach. He had over 544 wins to his credit. So two very experienced coaches. Of course, Brew's assistants are associate head coach Jorge Saez, pitching coach Caleb Schmidt, and then two grad assistants, Thomas Azaro, Brandon Daniels. And one thing I like about our staff, Philip, is you got Jorge, Thomas, and Brandon, who all three wore that Flames uniform. They lived it. They played it. Thomas was amped up today at the hotel during breakfast, and he was kind of chirping at some of the guys, trying to get them up and ready to go. So all three of those guys have great experience playing in this uniform, and they relate really well to the guys. They listen to their coaches, and so excited to have those guys as part of our coaching staff.
And Brandon and Thomas both played here on this field at Choccolocco Park. It's a great ballpark, 390 to straightaway, 325 down the right. I'm not sure what it is down left field line, probably about the same, about 325. Winds are always interesting here. They're kind of blowing towards left field. The ball sometimes carries when you don't think, and it doesn't carry when you think it will.
Yeah, you're right. And we've seen some balls fly out to that left center field gap, kind of like at the carpet. It'll fly out that way. You can see the flags even beyond the field being worked over pretty good out that way. The American flag is flying out towards left, so we'll see what happens today. I've seen Brandon hit a couple of bombs when he played for the Flames over this right field fence, so they were giving him a little bit of a hard time earlier today about taking advantage of the short porch, but hopefully we can keep them in the ballpark. Their big gun, Pena, the player of the year, 20 home runs on the season to lead the GSC, 78 RBIs that leads the GSC, so we'll have to keep him under wraps today.
They introduced all Valdosta State. I want to take a look at the starting lineups here before we get this first pitch underway.
Yes, sir. So Lee will be the visitor on the scoreboard today, batting leadoff, playing out in center field. That's junior J.J. Williams. Batting second, your second baseman, that's sophomore Luke Collier. Batting third is the catcher, sophomore Isaiah French. Batting in the cleanup spot, playing first base, senior Tucker Platt. Batting fifth and playing in right field, junior Brock Sisson. Batting sixth in left field, sophomore Malachi Cloud. Handling the DH spots, batting seventh is senior Cooper Doman. Batting eighth, playing third base, is the hot-hitting Gavin Baxter. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, the always steady senior Ashton Simmons. On the mound today is Cooper Castile for the Flames. Cooper on the season is making his 14th start of the season, 6-4 record, 3.14 ERA. 71 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 68 hits, 35 runs, has walked 20 and struck out 58. For the home team, Valdosta State, they come in with a 29-20 record. Batting leadoff, the shortstop, that's Moreno. Batting second, the second baseman, that is Banks. Batting third, the third baseman, Pena. The DH spot batting fourth is Stowe. Batting in the fifth spot is the left fielder, Kanagita. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Natera. Batting seventh out in right field is Hood. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Elijah. And batting ninth, the catcher, that is Carson Russell. On the mound, that is Hunter Booth. Hunter Booth is making his 14th appearance, 14th start of the season, 7-5 record, 3.45 ERA. Hunter's appeared in 78 innings, given up 75 hits, 42 runs, has walked 21, and struck out 73.
Yeah, in that first game against the Flames back on April 12th, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, 13 strikeouts against the Flames. So the Flames will have to be prepared for what they saw that first time to make the adjustments. Here today, we're having the home plate meeting now. What's going to happen here? I'm going to stay for the first inning, go take photos. Athletic Director John Mopin is going to join Travis for a handful of innings, and I'll come back. We'll see at some point and hop back on this broadcast. It's a beautiful day. The wind may be a little gusty. You might hear that on our mics at different points, but we're ready for postseason baseball.
First pitch looks like it's going to be about sunny and 78, so ideal situation, ideal weather for for first pitch today, and we look forward to bringing you all the action. Of course, we miss George being here with us. The voice is always ready to call the games, and we certainly miss not having him here with us this weekend, but we'll certainly do our best to bring all the action.
We will definitely do our best to fill in for him. Your home plate umpire, Nathaniel Starr. Gary Haynes at first. Mark Humphrey Sr. is the third base umpire. So we'll
know the name Gary Haynes. We've had him through the
year,
season,
yes.
and the other two guys, I don't know that we've had them. I recognize Nathaniel's name, but maybe just from listening to the guys talk about him. But
it's all regional based, so it just depends on what area of the South you're in is who you get.
Hopefully, we don't talk about those guys much
Let's
today.
hope not. The first game, from what I saw, it was sure there was argued balls and strikes.
Sure.
But for the most part, I thought, from what I could tell from the fans, there was not much argument or upset with the umpires.
No, maybe the only thing that I saw, of course, I was back on the backfield with those guys, but since I was here, it was just fair or foul down the right field line. I thought the umpire made a great call on that ball that was hit down the right field line, and West Florida coach may have come out just to ask a question to make sure, but it was a good call, and we're getting close to getting ready to go here. J.J. Williams going to lead us off. J.J. having a great season. Get my stats lined up here. J.J. on the season, 340. He has 69 hits, 16 doubles, 4 triples, 9 home runs to lead the team. His 44 RBIs also leads the team in that category, a .591 slugging percentage. When he gets on base, he's stolen 18 out of 22 on the season. Has good speed, good power. Of course, a lot of doubles to the gap. Being that leadoff spot, followed by Collier and French. Those three guys have done the most damage at the top of the lineup this year. Of course, give credit to Tucker Platt. Tucker's battled hard, got his average up now to 320. So he's worked hard to build his average.
The winds have shifted already, Travis. The winds are now blowing in towards us as Hunter Booth will take his warm-up pitches coming up here.
Had some notes on Booth I was going to share. Hunter Booth on the season, 6'3", 210 senior, 2 Tommy John surgeries. I read in his bio. He's out of St. Petersburg, Florida, so he has seen a lot of baseball. Second team GSC this year. Also, congrats to J.J. Williams, Cooper Castile, and missing somebody else, Isaiah French.
I wrote the story. I forgot who it was.
Isaiah French. Those three guys made second team GSC, so congrats to them on their hard work. And obviously for Valdosta, they had several guys that made the all-tournament team and had Pena as the player of the year.
Yeah, they had a really, really good season for the Flames. As
Pedro Moreno made first team all GSC. Hunter Booth, second team. Rod Brown, second team. And Hunter Stowe, second team for Valdosta.
Mentioned Pena was player of the year. Drake Fontenot from Delta State with pitcher of the year. Alex Urias from West Florida, freshman of the year. And then Rodney Batts, coach of the year from Delta State. Defensively, once again for Valdosta, it's going to be Russell behind home plate, Natera at first, Banks at second, shortstop Moreno, Pena is at third, Kanejita is in left field, Aljaic is in center field, and Hood is in right field. Stowe is the DH with, of course, Booth on the mound. This looks like the last warm-up, one of the last warm-up pitches as we're about ready to get things going here. Just after 2:38 Central Time. We were supposed to start at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock
Central Time. So the final game of the day is going to be pretty late.
Yeah, that last game tonight, that is Delta State and Montebello.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they will have a late game. Well, you can hear the Lee fans down below.
Good.
Got a good
group here.
Yeah.
Trevecca had a huge crowd here, as did West Florida for the first game.
Well, you know, Trevecca had a great crowd at our place last weekend.
Did.
They really traveled well.
They finally have, now in our conference, they don't have to go as far up to Ohio anymore. So here comes J.J. Williams, hitting .340 on the season, 69 hits and 203 at-bats with 44 RBI, First pitch coming up here, 2:39 in the afternoon. Booth, who had 13 Ks against the Flames, will deliver the first pitch. And it'll be low for a ball. The Flames, you're going to have to dial in and quickly, as best you can, figure out what he is throwing. Time was going to be called by JJ. I think some dust from the infield blew up already on his eyes.
Listen to the pregame talking about Booth. Said he throws a slider, maybe a sweeper. So going to have to really be disciplined at the plate on that pitch.
So Williams will step back up. The line delivery. That one's going to miss just low as well. From our angle, we're kind of to the left of home plate. Look close.
Yeah.
We're not as high as we are at home.
No. Kind of looking out over instead of down on.
And we're looking right into a bar of the railing in front of us. I'm going to have to
Yes, we
stand
are.
here. Pitch outside again, so 3-0. And again, you're going to hear this wind whipping all afternoon on our mics. Just the way it's blowing right now, straight in from right field into home plate. Here's the 3-0 for JJ. Going on. Knew you had to throw a strike and got one there over the outside of the plate.
Yeah, JJ just taking all the way, takes that pitch for a strike.
Second team all GS. Sear ahead in the count, 3-1. The line delivery. Has to be outside to a leadoff walk here for the Flames. That'll bring up Luke Collier now, the second baseman, hitting .393, 75 hits, 191 at-bats, 29 RBI on the season. One thing about this GSC tournament, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You truly never do.
Been some crazy things happen through the years.
So Booth with a leadoff runner on will step in. The leadoff walk. 1 on, no down here for Collier, into the right-handed hitter. Standing back in the batter's box. The windup and the delivery. Swung on. First pitch swung on by a Flame today. Fouled it away. JJ didn't have to really swing at anything. Everything was well out of the zone. So 0-1 here for Collier.
JJ 18 out of 22 stolen bases this year. Good speed.
Pickoff move. JJ will slide back in.
Just a little courtesy throw over.
I'll take a look around and he'll check off JJ again. JJ 18 of 22 in stolen bases, so they're keeping an eye on him. The 0-1 here for Collier. The windup and the delivery. Big swing and a miss. Fastball a little outside.
Yeah.
Collier went after it and just missed it.
A little up and out over that outside corner gets him to chase.
That high fastball is tempting there.
He'll set him up with that slider pitch that he throws.
The 0-2 now for Collier. Windup delivery. Fastball outside. Maybe that was a little slide. I guess there was a little more slider on that one.
Yeah.
Stayed low. Good eye by Collier. Didn't get fooled by it. That one kind of tailed at the last second.
Yeah, that's that sweeping pitch that the guys were talking about.
1-2. Swung on. Rip. That's going to be a base hit into left field. Past the third baseman. JJ will hit to second. And 2 on for the Flames.
Yeah, got a great pitch to hit. Left that up over the plate. And Luke Collier, I mean, he doesn't mind hitting with 2 strikes on him. Just jumps all over that one. Drives it past the third baseman in the left field.
Pena was there. Got his glove out, but it was too hot. Too fast past him. So here's Isaiah French now hitting .300 for the sophomore. 51 hits, 170 at-bats, 35 RBI, 2 on, no down here.
Yeah, really good season for Frenchie, the sophomore. Caught a lot of innings this year, too.
Showing bunt is French. Pulled it back, caught the corner anyways for strike, 0-1. Maybe thinking of doing a little sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, well, you've got Platt on deck, who's been swinging a hot bat the last several weeks. So move those guys into scoring position.
French from Maryville, Tennessee. Shows bunt again. Fastball this time went out. First baseman and Natera scooting up just a little bit, trying to cut it off.
He's coming in a long ways in to try to cut that bunt off. Third baseman staying back.
He's now standing basically on the grass here. Showing bunt again. Place it down is French down the first baseline. The throw will be thrown away to right field. Heading towards home will be J.J. Williams. Heading to third will be Collier, and the Flames lead it 1-0. An E3 on that one. He threw it away from the second baseman, Banks. Just a bad throw.
Yep, well that was a great bunt, number one by Isaiah. Got that bat out in front, killed it into that grass, making that first baseman come in to field it, and just shoots it past that second baseman, allowing JJ to come all the way around to score, and Collier moving into third.
So runners on the corners for the Flames. Here's Tucker Platt now for the Flames, hitting .320, 47 hits and 147 at-bats, 21 RBI.
And good to see the Flames playing ahead. We played behind several games.
Platt tried to hold up that swing there, could not do so, went through with it, strike one.
Yeah, that's that pitch the guys were talking about, just tough to lay off of. You see Jorge coming over, talking to the dugout, talking about it to the guys.
Pitcher said that was an E1. I thought that was the first baseman that threw that one.
I thought it was too.
The Weinman delivery. Fastball low. So 1-1. Runners on the corners here for the Flames. A walk, a single, and then an error. Here for Platt. He'll swing, foul that one straight back. 1-2.
Had a good cut at it, got a good pitch to handle.
The 1-2 for Platt. No down here, runners on the corners. Pick off move, sliding back. Will be French just in time.
Had him leaning a little bit. I think he was just getting into his lead, and they threw over on him.
Collier's at third, French is at first. The 1-2. Swung on again. Got under it just a little bit, made contact, stayed alive.
Went down after that one. Protecting that plate.
Turn the crowd mic off here because the wind's blowing directly into it.
Yep.
Maybe turn it that way and see if that's a little better. So 1-2 now. Line delivery runner's going to go get away from the catcher. Luke Collier's going to come towards home. French will have a steal. Collier comes in on the wild pitch, and it's 2-0 Flames.
Catcher just not able to block that one up. Tries to backhand. It gets all the way to the backstop.
As we 2-2 now for Platt. Here comes the assistant coach for Valdosta to come and talk with his ace. An early mound visit here for the Blazers in this half inning. That one was just low, and the catch to Russell just couldn't get his glove on that one.
So much bite into that dirt, just shoots past him all the way, and Collier scores easy. French moves into second base. Tuck here with a chance to pick up another RBI.
So runner in scoring position. Two have come in now. Here in the here comes Platt back up, the 2-2. Swung on, popped him up. A little blooper. That may be a little trouble, but the first baseman's going to settle under it and make the catch, and that'll be the first out of the ball game on a P3.
Thought at first there might have a little chance to get out there into no man's land.
Brock Sisson steps in now, playing right field today. On the season, he is hitting .281, 25 hits and 89 at-bats with 12 ribbies.
For the most part, been a catcher, DH, but last couple of weeks, games, he's been able to play in right field some.
1 on, 1 down here. Valdosta's got an arm loosening up already in the bullpen. Swung on as a chopper. Long play for the shortstop. The long flow over towards first. It's going to get away from the first baseman. Heading towards third will be French. I think that's going to be a hit. Surely that's going to be. We'll watch on the scoreboard here, but surely that's a hit because I think Sisson beat that one out fair and square.
Yeah, that was deep in the hole, and yeah, that's a
It'll be a hit and then an error for the. So Sisson goes on with a hit. That allows French to get over with the E6 on that one. Maybe the E3. We'll find out officially in a moment. And that'll bring up now Malachi Cloud, the left fielder.
Malachi Cloud.
Cloud on the season, 239, 32 hits, 134 bats, 26 RBIs. So runners on the corners again for the second time here today. Still just 1 out. Fastball missed outside, 1-0. It's also different seeing it from the left angle here. You're not, we're used to at home at softball and at baseball. You're right behind home plate, so you know exactly what the angle is. It's harder to tell from here on the left side.
So they score that as a single to the left side. French advanced to third on the throw.
Okay, so no error.
Got 2 errors on the board out there.
We'll go with what the live stat said.
Yeah.
Almost got him, and they will get Sisson leaning too far. Second time they've thrown over. First time almost got French. This time they got Sisson. Picked him off just way too far out there. So 2 down now.
Yeah, and like you said, just leaning too far out, and really good move over to first base to get him.
1-1. Big swing from Cloud. Chase that slider low. 1-2. 1 on, 2 down here. 2-0 our score. So here comes Cloud now. Line of delivery. Fastball outside. Runs it to a 2-2. Doman on deck if the Flames can get to him here in the top of this first. Swung on as a hopper towards the second baseman. He can't get it. It's going to go underneath his glove. Another run will score, and Cloud will be safe at first. And it's 3-0.
Well, he's got great speed. You know, that's probably got to be in his head there, and just put it in play.
Cloud almost got thrown out going to first.
Yeah.
He was trotting down the first baseline. He did beat it out.
I saw Thomas' reaction there that probably having a little conversation with him about that right now.
Doesn't we call that an E4? He does get the RBI. So here's Cooper Doman now, the DH. The runner on and 2 down. The grad transfer. Runner's going to go in Cloud. The throw down towards second. Sliding in safely will be Cloud at second, so he'll have himself a stolen base, puts him in scoring position. Doman, 217 on the season, batting average.
Malachi stays perfect on the season, 24 out of 24 stolen bases.
Doman with 12 ribbies on the season.
He's missed a lot of games. He's only played in 24 of the 48.
The breaking ball, one of the first true breaking ball we've seen from Booth, stayed high.
Yeah, he's going fastball slider now, as you say, mixing in a curve.
3-0 our score here in the top of this first inning. Couple errors, couple hits. Fastball inside. 3 runs, only 1 has been earned so far. He's thrown 25 pitches plus in this first inning. in the 6 batters he's faced. The 3-0 here for Doman. Took that one for a strike. 3-1.
It's always automatic with Coach Brew, always taking 3-0.
The 3-1. Waited on it. Started to swing, held up on it. And that'll be the second walk of the inning. And that'll bring up Gavin Baxter now, 8th batter of the day.
Boy, Gavin's been hot. 7 hits this past weekend in the contest, in the 3-game contest against Trevecca.
18 of 54, hitting .333, 9 RBIs on the season. 2 on, 2 down here for the Flames in the top of this first. 3-0 our score. Cloud is at second, Doman's at first. First pitch on the way. Swung on. That one's hit high. Not very deep. Center fielder will settle under it. He'll make the catch, and that'll do it for the top of the first inning. But not before the Flames put 3 runs across on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 2 left on base. We'll take a timeout. Back with the bottom half of the first. Right after this, on the Lee Flames Sports Network.
Toyota of Cleveland has the largest selection of pre-owned inventory in the area. Stop in and also check out the all-new redesigned 2024 Toyota Tacoma. All new Toyotas are arriving daily. Their friendly staff is ready and willing to get you in a car that you'll love today. Check out their entire selection in person at Toyota of Cleveland, Exit 20, and online at toyotaofcleveland.com.
There is a legacy of neighbors helping neighbors that runs through Bradley County. At Insurance Incorporated, we are proud of our legacy of helping our neighbors protect their families, their homes, and their businesses with great insurance companies like Donegal Insurance Group. Our roots run deep in Bradley County, providing the widest array of insurance options and customized solutions for your insurance needs. Call us for a quote today at 423-472-5051. And let's talk, neighbor. Insurance Incorporated is a division of RSS Insurance.
3-0 our score here. As we go now to the bottom of the first inning, the Flames sent 8 guys to the plate in that half inning. And now we flip the scorecard to the bottom half, and we'll see Cooper Castile, the lefty, on the mound for the first time. Struggled the other day against Trevecca.
Yeah, just not a good outing for Coop, but new day, new opportunity. Coop now in the season making his 14th start, 6-4 record, 3.14 ERA, 71 and 2/3 innings pitched, 68 hits, 35 runs, 20 walks, 58 Ks, and as we mentioned, a member of the GSC All-Conference second team.
Defensively again for the Flames, it'll be behind home plate will be French. First base is Platt. Collier at second. Simmons at short. Baxter's at third. Left field is Cloud. Center fielder Williams. Right fielder is Sisson. And of course, Doman is your DH. So the lefty Castile getting ready here. He had a long wait. That was almost a 20-minute plus first half inning.
Ooh.
And the fastball just missed. 1-0 to Moreno.
Just missing that inside corner.
Moreno hitting .306, 59 hits, 193 at-bats, 25 RBI for the leadoff guy. He's a senior from Caracas, Venezuela.
Keep him off the bases if we can. He has 20 stolen bases on the season to lead their team.
He has been caught 10 times, but 2 out of 3 is pretty good still. Again, fastball just missed, so low 2-1. Castile trying to paint that inside corner and not being able to find anything out of it. Castile will wind and deliver. Inside again, so 3-1. So both pitchers struggling to find the zone a little bit here early on.
I'd like to see him find that zone. You got a 3-0 lead. Go after him here. Pitch aggressive. There you go.
That's a strike. Moreno thought he had himself a walk.
Yeah.
He'll have to step back.
A couple of steps towards first base. Umpire calls strike 2.
Castile will wait. Here comes the 3-2. Swung on the grounder off the glove of Castile. Simmons will have to go towards his right. Steps up, pump fakes. Is not going to be in time. And that'll be an infield single to lead it off for the Blazers.
Yeah, just able to get a little bit of a piece of it. Maybe slowed it down too much. I'm not sure Simmons get to it up the middle, but
yeah, it took a weird bounce. Simmons had to go back towards his right to try and track that one back down. Here is DJ Banks now, hitting .342, 66 hits and 193 at bats. We've got a
looks like French is
bleeding a little bit or something.
I know they were on the road somewhere this year, and Dan had to work on his hand or his arm.
It looked like his elbow has a little bit of blood on it. I wonder if he caught on his gear when he was stepping up or running down the first base line.
Dan earning the money early today.
So he'll tape it up here. Just a moment ago, Moreno kind of goes back up the middle with it, and it glances off Castillo. Castillo's reaching across.
Yeah.
One of those, like, if he misses it, he's still going on base because Simmons can't get to it or not. And it just, like you said, it kind of died on him just a little bit as it was going towards Simmons.
Yeah, just kind of put Ashton in no man's land there a little bit, picked it up, but no chance to throw out the speedy Moreno.
So here's Banks now, the senior from Powder Springs, Georgia. The runner on and no down here for Castile. 3-0 our score in the bottom of this first inning. We approach the top of the hour here, 3 o'clock in the Central Time Zone here on the Lee Flames Sports Network. A pickoff move. Moreno will go back. Winds blowing fiercely today, but not home run-esque type of winds.
No.
Pitch low, so 1-0. Lee fans not liking that last call of a ball. Fastball again low.
Working behind the batters a little bit, not getting ahead.
2-0 here. Pitchcock almost ran out on Castile on that last one. He was winding up with 1 second to go on it. So runner on. Another pickoff move. Sliding back in will be Moreno there.
A little more room over here in foul territory than what we have at the home ballpark. Of course, you have to deal with a wall down both the left field and the right field that sticks out where the bullpens are located.
Yeah, so basically outfield wall is about the same. Fastball, there it is. Inverse strike, 2-1. So you're definitely right. The dugouts are way back off compared to at home. Castile again will pick off.
We had a little bit bigger lead that time.
Threw it a little low, too low for the pickoff move, and Platt can't get around. He has to dig it out instead. Just trying to keep Moreno there at first. As the papers go flying, we're having everything we can possibly think of to put stuff down. I've got a spare microphone keeping a paper down. My phone, my drink.
Using my mouse and my pen trying to keep mine down.
The 2-1. Swung on, the grounder. Baxter will grab it, throw to second. In time, got him.
Boy, bang, bang.
They got the lead runner out on the 5-4 put away. Banks will reach on the fielder's choice. Baxter had a decision. Does he go to first or does he go to second? The throw to second was closer, so that's what he went with. And that'll bring up Pena now. Pena, excuse me. He is their best batting average on the team. The reason he's the GSC Player of the Year, batting .350, 63 hits, 180 at bats, 78 RBI.
Pretty impressive. That's a great year right there.
First pitch, breaking ball miss, just outside.
Third baseman number 22, Orlando Pena.
Pena from Jersey City, New Jersey, a transfer from Coastal Carolina.
Ooh, big swing.
Yeah, big swing and miss on that one. So 1-1. He wanted that one, just got ahead of it.
I like that location down and low in the zone and on the outside corner. I say leave it right there. Another one.
Pena waited on it, caught the corner anyways. He kind of moved the bat just a little bit to try and decide if he wanted to swing. Did not. Took the strike, 1-2. Castillo will wind it over. Fastball stayed just high this time. A little up closer towards the shoulders.
Yeah, it's definitely up, but not a bad spot. Sometimes that one's tough to lay off of.
A high fastball. You're definitely right. You want to swing away at that one at points. So here's the 2-2. Well inside this time, so it runs into a full count, 3-2.
There you go. Oh,
just missed. Thought he had a strikeout looking, did not get it. So that puts 2 on now with the walk. Got to bring up Hunter Stowe, the DH now.
That's pretty dang good location right there, just on that inner half. You can see Coop kind of walked off the mound thinking he had the strike. Didn't get it.
So here's Hunter Stowe now, hitting .323, 54 hits, 167 at-bats, 41 RBI. He's a senior from Birmingham, Alabama, transferred from Marion Military Institute. Two on, one down. First pitch swung on, hit up high. Cloud in left field, locating it, running in, still running in. Makes the catch, and everyone has to retreat back. And that time, the wind definitely played a factor on that one, Travis, as Cloud took a step back and then had to come in.
Yeah, you could see him shade his eyes from the sun, and then he has to take 10, 11, 12 steps in to make that catch.
So fly out to position 7 for those of you scoring at home. 2 down. Giovanni Canagina now, a senior from Lakeland, Florida, from Pensacola State College, will step in. Canagina hitting .301, 28 hits and 93 at-bats with 15 RBI. 2 on, 2 down here in the bottom of this first. The windup of the delivery. Curveball in there for a strike. Nicely done on that one. 0-1.
Big over-the-top curveball.
Not the only championships going on this week. Softball is about 100 feet to our right. And then we're hosting track and field this week in the GSC Championships. They're in a lightning delay until 6:30 Eastern.
Oh, really? Wow.
So another 2-hour delay. Fastball low, 1-1. That time of year when the weather plays havoc with everything outdoors.
It does.
Swung on, fouled that one. Straight back into the net and got under it a little bit. Fouled it straight back. So 1-2 here for Castile.
Yeah, a little bit of a late swing, but got a quick swing and able to get a piece of it.
The 1-2. Fastball high. The throw down to third won't be in time. And Banks will get himself a stolen base. So puts runners on the corners now. Banks now 9 for 13 in stolen bases. So 2-2, 2 down, 2 on. The 2-2. Swung on the chopper towards Baxter. He'll scoop it up. One play over towards first. Long, high throw. They're going to get him. No. Then Platt will drop the ball. Runner will score. Baxter may have taken a little too long deciding where he wanted to go with that one.
Yeah, you can see he looked towards second base and then decided to go to first, and it was high. Coop had to go up to get it and couldn't come down in time.
So there'll be an error on that one. So 3-1 is our score now. The runner will score on that play. It's been E5 officially. Andres Natera will step up now. No RBI on the play. So Banks came in to score, so the stolen base pays off. Fastball low and inside, ball 1. Pena goes to second. Conchita's on it now. Andres Natera, the first baseman. The junior from Weston, Florida. I think Baxter just couldn't decide quick enough where he wanted to go with that one. The 1-0.
Yeah, it was hit pretty sharp, and he could have gone either route, either second or first. I think going to first is probably the play for him there. Just hesitated a little bit.
Natera hitting .318, 27 hits and 85 at bats, 17 RBI. The 2-0. Breaking ball in there, curveball in there for a strike, 2-1. So 3-1 our new score here in the bottom of this first. Still 2 on and 1 down here for Castile.
Castile got that big curveball working, throws that on a 2-0 pitch to get the strike called.
Big swing.
Went to it again.
Fouled it away, 2-2. Swung on. Foul. Down the first baseline. That had some wicked spins. That one sliced in and sliced back out.
Yeah, picked that one up quick, too. I mean, that thing could work its back way towards the bag with that much spin. Well, that pitch clock sure does work pretty quick. It's already down to...
They reset. I think the person running it started a little too soon.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2.
Ooh,
just missed once again. He missed one inside a few minutes ago.
Yep.
Now he missed one outside. I mean, just barely. 3-2 payoff pitch coming up here. The 3-2. Runners going. Foul ball down the third baseline. Hot shot way down there.
Another sort of breaking pitch there that he fights off, cutting into the batter.
The 3-2 now. The lineman delivery. Swung on. Third straight foul ball for him. He'll stay alive, and that one goes towards softball. Still 3-2 here. Booth threw 31 pitches in the first inning. Castile's at over 20 here in this at-bat. Swung on. That's hit up to right field. Sisson stepping back, drifting towards his left, makes the snag, and that'll do it here in the first inning. The Blazers do get a run on one hit. There was an error, and there were 2 left on base. We go now to the second inning. I'll step away for a few innings and come back in just a little bit here on the Lee Flames Sports Network.
When you need immediate medical care, AFC Urgent Care is here and ready to see you 7 days a week. AFC Urgent Care providers treat colds, flu, burns, allergic reactions, and viral infections. Plus, perform digital x-rays, sutures, sports physicals, and same-day in-house labs and much more. AFC Urgent Care clinics see patients 6 months and up and are open at convenient hours that fit into your busy schedule. Your local AFC is open, safe, and ready to serve you.
Hey sports fans, as you cheer on your favorite teams, don't forget to fuel up at Just Love Cafe, the ultimate spot for breakfast, lunch, and coffee that'll keep you going all day long. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite before class or enjoying a Saturday brunch with the family, Just Love has got you covered. Dive into the delicious dishes and sip on amazing coffee in a cozy atmosphere that feels like home. Visit us at 2291 Parker Street, where great food and great coffee are always in play. See you there.
And we welcome you back to Choccolocco Park. Well, University Flames baseball coming to you today. We head into the top half of the second inning. Flames on top 3-1. Flames put 3 runs there on the board in the first top half of the first inning. Valdosta State answers with 1 run in the bottom of the first. Flames with 2 hits already. Valdosta with 1. Lee guilty of 1 error. Valdosta State guilty of 3. Ashton Simmons coming to the plate. Ashton is your shortstop. Batting .237 on the season, 33 hits and 139 appearances. Does have 2 home runs and 16 RBIs to his credit. So Simmons steps in. Booth back out on the mound. Works from the stretch. Here's the first pitch. Simmons squares around, shows bunt, pulls back, takes strike one. 0-1 your count. Just a beautiful day here at the ballpark. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit line drive to the shortstop. Simmons hit it hard just right at the second baseman. So there's your first out of the second inning. J.J. Williams now coming to the plate. J.J. led off the first inning with a walk. Moved all the way around to score Lee's first run of the day. Came in on an error. J.J. shows bunt. Bunts it foul. 0-1 your count. J.J. senior member. All GSC second team this season. Another good season. .340 coming into the series. Leads the team with 9 home runs and 44 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Pitch off the plate just a little bit. May have caught that corner, but J.J. chases after it. 0-2 your count. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's hit foul down the right field line. J.J. in protect mode there, able to foul the ball off to the right side. A lot of Lee fans in attendance today. It's good to see the parents travel well. 0-2 your count, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Williams. Ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ball's down. Catcher does a nice job keeping it in front of him. Count moves to 2-2 now to J.J. Here's the pitch to the plate. Swung on and missed. Strikeout to get J.J. Straight fastball. J.J. unable to catch up with that one. That's the second out of the inning. Luke Collier now comes to bat. Luke reached on a hard line single into left field, his first at bat. Working on his average. Been flirting with getting back into 400. He's at 393 coming in, so that average has improved a little bit after his first at bat. Here's the first pitch to Luke. Curveball taken for strike one. Nice breaking pitch. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Luke Collier at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's a high pop-up. Looks like it's going to get foul down the third base line. Over the bleachers. Now into the parking lot. Ooh, and sits on top of a red Toyota Camry. Hopefully Mr. Lawson was smart and didn't park there. You got to be brave to park some of these spots. Oh, there's a young lady sitting in that car. Here's the pitch to Carr. There's another pop-up. Second baseman drifts back on it. Camps underneath. And there's your third out of the inning. So no hits, no runs, no errors, no runners left on base for the Flames in the top half of the second. We'll move into the bottom half of the second. Flames leading 3-1. Valdosta State coming to bat after these quick announcements.
Hardee's is adding the goodness of maple flavor to our menu with new maple biscuits drizzled in sweet icing or stacked with savory sausage. Plus, our new Cherrywood smoked maple candied bacon is perfect on a breakfast biscuit, Frisco burger, or its own. For a sweet spot in your day, maple makes everything better at Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon every day. Available for a limited time at participating locations. Breakfast hours vary by location.
Turn your world yellow with Mayfield Dairy. Whether you're wrapping up a workout or craving a tasty afternoon treat, our rich chocolate milk replenishes nutrients, provides high-quality protein to keep you going. Grab some Mayfield milk today and experience real Southern Sunday goodness in every sip. From our iconic yellow jugs to our delicious chocolate milk, everything tastes better with Mayfield. Turn your world yellow because the best moments are made with Mayfield Dairy.
And we head into the bottom half of the second inning. Coming to bat for Valdosta State will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Hood, the right fielder, Hilajic, the center fielder, and Russell, the catcher, coming up to bat. Hood on the season batting .333. He has 41 hits and 123 at bats, 6 home runs to go along with 21 RBIs. He's appeared in 44 of their 47 games this season. Cooper Castile back out to work for the Flames. Coop there in that first inning. He threw 31 pitches there in the first inning, so hopefully he can get some quick work here. Here's the first pitch. Taken for a ball, just misses the outside corner. It's not getting out outside corner pitch. You can hear several of the fans down below. Here's the pitch. That pitch also misses just outside. 2-0 your count. (3-1) the score here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Good fastball from Coop. Hood not able to catch up with that one. 2 balls, 1 strikes. Coop not wasting any time. Here's the pitch. Misses down and in with this pitch. Goes to 3-1 on Hood. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's a base hit out into center field. J.J. Williams over to field it. Gets it back into second base. So Hood leads off with a single here in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring Hilajic to the plate.
The center fielder, number 15, Fareed Eljak.
Eljak, correction there. .316 on the season for Eljak. He has 31 hits and 98 at bats. No home runs, 12 RBIs. Castile comes set, delivers to the plate, shows bunt, pulls back, takes strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Eljak. Your runner at first base, Hood. No stolen bases attempts on the season. Throw over to him, just keeping him close. Again, Castile comes set. Here's the pitch to the plate. Shows bunt. Pushes it up the first base line. Platt fields it himself. Tags the runner unassisted. So sacrifice there for the batter out at first base. That's Hood moving over to second. Nice bunt there by Eljak. So they'll bring Russell to the plate. Russell on the season, 194. He's played in 17 games, has 8 hits, no home runs. The number 9 batter. Castile looks in, delivers to the plate. Strike 1, catches that outside corner. See a couple of heads kind of shake down below as maybe might be the same pitch we've been seeing. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on second base for Valdosta. Castile delivers. Ball down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hood is your runner at second base. Castile looks, delivers to the plate. Taken for ball 2. Down and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Castile with the pitch. Misses on the outside corner, goes 3-1 to the batter. 3 balls, 1 strike. Again, 1 out. Gives a look to the second baseman, makes the pitch. Swung on, there's a ground ball to Simmons at shortstop. Field just over to first. Out at first base, records the second out. Hood moves over to third base. Sure-handed Simmons gets that safe out at first base. That's the second out of the inning. So we'll head back to the top of the lineup. That's Moreno coming to the plate. Reached on a single, then was forced out at second base on a 5-4 play. He's their leadoff hitter. 306 on the season. Here's the pitch. Called strike 1. Big breaking pitch from Coop. Catches that outside corner. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning. Castile looks in. Here's the pitch. Another breaking pitch, misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Going to that breaking pitch quite a bit here this bottom half. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Castile comes set. Pitch. Good fastball, catches it right on that inner half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Great pitch there from Coop. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a grounder to third base. Baxter fields. Fires over to first base. Gets the runner at first base. Nice job by Baxter at third base to get that final out. So in that 1 single for the leadoff batter Hood, followed by a fly out and 2 ground balls, gets the Flames out of the bottom of the second inning. We'll head into the top half of the third inning. Flames leading 3-1. We'll be back after these messages.
Grab a Zaxby's Packs and get ready to dip, dunk, and devour 20 fingers, 30 boneless wings, crinkle fries, Texas toast, and a custom sauce bar. Feeding more than the fam? Zaxby's caters too. Order on the app or visit Zaxby's.com.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the free eScore home evaluation program offered by Cleveland Utilities. This program offers invaluable advice from experts trained and approved by TVA. A network of contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Sign up online at www.2escore.com or call Cleveland Utilities at 472-4521 to learn more. Always looking for ways to help our community. We are Cleveland Utilities, your hometown connection.
Welcome back in. Coming to you from Chocolaco Park today here in Oxford, Alabama. Game 1 for the Flames in the GSC tournament, taking on the number 2 seed, Valdosta State. Flames on top 3-1 as we head into the top half of the third inning. French to lead off. He'll be followed by Platt and Brock Sisson. French reached on a error. He put down a great bunt, fielded by the first baseman, throws it down the line. Scored Williams on that play. So French stands in. Booth back out on the mound. 42 pitches already through 2 full innings. Here's the pitch to French. Swung on, fouled off to the right side. Good swing, just fouls it off over the stands here. Softball going on over to our right. They were delayed also. 0-1 the count. Booth delivers. French takes for strike 2. Right on that outside corner. 0-2 to French. French, a sophomore, the catcher. Second team All GSC this season. Here's the pitch. Just misses on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch clock down to about 5 seconds now. Booth still trying to get his signs. He's going to step off. That's going to be a pitch clock violation, so it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, that clock can get away from you. You got all the way down. He was still looking down at the pitch comm. So 1 ball or 2 balls, 2 strikes to French. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a fly ball out into left field. Left fielder comes in. He's coming in hard. Able to make the catch. Sun's tough out there, folks. He makes a nice catch. Had to hesitate just a little bit maybe to try to pick it up, but that is a fly out for French out to left field for the first out. Tucker Platt now coming to the bat. Tuck was out at first on a flop pop-up, his first at bat. Senior has his average up to around 325 now on the season. Done a great job for the Flames this year after transferring in. Here's the pitch. Swung on, missed. Strike 1 to Platt. No balls, 1 strike. (3-1) your score here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Platt looks in. Swung on. There's a shot out into left field. Nice catch by the left fielder. And really, really nice catch out there in left field. That's Kinjita out there, makes a nice diving catch on a ball that Platt hit really hard. Just a really good play by the left fielder. So line out to the left fielder. That'll bring Brock Sisson up to the plate. Brock, his first at bat, had a base hit. Got picked off at first base, so no runners on, 2 outs here for the Flames. Sisson takes ball 1 down. Brock from Alabama, not too far from here. Did some catching this season. DH, now playing in right field today. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Hit foul down the third baseline. Count moves to 1-1. Malachi Cloud on deck. Should Sisson find his way on base. Booth looks in. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Brock off to the right side this time, up into the net. Count now 1-2. It used to back in the day, we'd say pitcher would look in, gets the sign, then makes the pitch, but now they look at the little pitch comm watch band that they wear and picks up the signs there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sisson. Here's the pitch. Swung on, that ball's hit third baseman. Oh, third baseman knocks it down, gets past him. Ball was hit hard. We'll see how they score this one. Going to give that a hit. Good line drive hit by Brock. Gets his 2nd hit of the day. That'll bring Malachi Cloud to the plate. Malachi reached on an error by the second baseman, stole second base. Of course, Malachi with that great speed, perfect in stolen bases on the season. 2 outs, runner on first. Malachi Cloud at the plate. Here's the pitch. A little half swing, couldn't hold up. That's strike 1. little splitter batting away from that left hand or that right-handed batter, not able to check his swing. 0-1 your count. Here's the pitch to Cloud. Takes for ball one. Misses on the outside corner. One ball, one strike, 2 outs, runner at first base for the Flames. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Malachi swings over the top of that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cloud looking to protect here, extend the at-bat for the Flames. Booth with the pitch. Brock Sisson goes. There's a hit towards third base to the shortstop. Cloud just thrown out at first base. Nice play by the shortstop to end the inning there. Scored that 6-3 to record the final out of this inning. So the Flames have 1 base runner left on base as Brock Sisson had a single. So we'll move into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Flames still on top, 3-1. You're listening to Lee Flames Baseball. We'll be back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Broderick, and I hate going into other jewelry stores because I feel like I'm walking into the set of a scary movie with a salesperson staring at me the whole time without saying a single word. Or I feel like I'm going to visit the Queen of England, and I am not worthy to be in the presence of such a lavish jewelry store. I made a promise to never allow that experience to happen. At BW James, you'll find no high-pressure sales tactics and a down-to-earth staff that really cares about you finding the perfect engagement ring or wedding band. BWJamesJewelers.com.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
Cooper Castile back out to work into his 3rd inning. So far through 2 innings, Coop's thrown 47 pitches, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, has walked 1, has not struck anyone out. He'll face the 2, 3, 4 hitters, Banks, Pena, and Stowe. Banks coming to the plate now. His first at bat, he reached on the fielder's choice. Stowe base, later scored. Valdosta State's only run. Here's the pitch from Castile. Swung on. The little nubber out in front, goes foul. That's strike 1. Banks, a big tall kid. Listed at 6'3", 205. Went to Gordon State College. Here's the pitch. Taken for strike 2. Nice pitch by Castile. 0-2 your count to Banks. Coop's really thrown that breaking pitch for some strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ripped foul. See JoJo dancing out of the way down the 3rd base line, and he's going to have to chase it now. Ball was biting in hard on the batter and turns on it and rips it foul. 0-2 still your count. 3-1 Flames leading here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on, big hop up and over the 3rd baseman out into left field. Oh, he's going to stretch it into 2. Not sure what happened out in left field, but able to stretch it into a double. So Banks moves into 2nd base. Now to bring Pena, GSC Player of the Year. Orlando Pena, senior, 6 foot 200, out of Jersey City, New Jersey. Transfer of Coastal Carolina. Good numbers on the season from Pena. 20 home runs to lead the team and the conference. And there's a long foul ball. Just a long strike. That's all that is, folks. No balls, 1 strike to Pena. As I was saying, Pena on the season, 350, 20 home runs, 78 RBIs out of the 3-hole for Valdosta State. Out in front on that one, drives it over the left field fence in foul territory. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Just missed on the inside half. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner out at second base is Banks. Here's the pitch to Pena. Banks goes for third. No throw. It's his second stolen base of the day. Pitch was called a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Castile. Swung on, ripped to third base. Baxter fields it. Bobbles it a little bit. Allows the runner to reach first base. It's going to be E5. Runner Hodes there at third base. So the first 2 batters are on. Runners on first and third, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring Stowe to the plate. Stowe is the DH, batting fourth. Hunter Stowe, 323 on the season, 10 home runs, 41 RBIs. 6'1", 220 out of Birmingham, Alabama. Stowe stands in. Here's the pitch. Belted out into left field. That's going to drive in a run. Cloud up, throws into third base. Runner beats it in. Runner advances to second base. So now runners on second and third. So move Pena into third. Stowe all the way around to second. Moves up to second base on that throw into third base. So now runners on second and third. Still no one out here in the bottom of the third. Your score now 3-2. That'll bring pitching coach Caleb Smith out of the dugout to settle down Castile. Just does some back-to-back singles. They're able to advance into second base on the throw. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Coming into the tournament, West Florida defeated Trevecca in game 1, 7-5. So Trevecca will play the first game tomorrow. They'll wait to see who the loser of this matchup is, as they'll play that game at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. West Florida will play the 2 p.m. Eastern Time game, and they'll take on the winner of this game. The next game after us will be number 4 Mississippi College against number 5 West Alabama. And then the nightcap, which will really be a nightcap now, will be number 1 Delta State versus number 8 Montevallo. Those are your 8 teams into this year's tournament. All right, back to play. We're 3-2 is your score here in the bottom of the third inning. Runners in second and third for Valdosta. No one out. This is Kanajita up to plate. This is the center fielder. Castile delivers. Just misses outside. That's ball 1. Kanjita on the season, 301. Here's the pitch from Castile. Taken for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Looking to get that first out. Castile working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. Just misses on the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. See, assistant coach Brandon Daniels making his way towards that third base bullpen. Play means we're going to start getting some action from the Flames. Here's the pitch. There's a line shot out into right field. That's going to plate 1 run. Here comes the second run. So that's a 2-run, 2 RBIs for Kangita on that single. So Banks has scored this inning. Pena now scores on the single, as does Stowe. So 2 more RBIs for Kangita. Flames still looking for that first out. That'll bring to the plate. That's number 3. That is Andres Natera. Natera is a junior out of Weston, Florida. So Valdosta State has taken the lead here in the bottom of the third. 3 runs on the board. 4-3 is your score. Here's the pitch from Castile. Squares around to bunt. Bunts it foul. Trying to move that runner up to get even more runs. Trying to move Kangita into scoring position. Oh, 1 your count. Long look in from Castile. Throws over to first. Kangita on the season, 5 out of 6 in stolen bases. Outside of Moreno, they will run a whole lot. Banks with 12. Oh, they got him picked off. Platt throws in behind. It's a good tag by Simmons. Good pick by Coops that gets that first out. There's your first out of the inning, picked off at first base. Again, good job by Coop coming to get that ball, meeting it, able to step in and throw that runner out. Tucker, able to throw that runner out at second base. So there's your first out of the inning. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Taken for, ooh. A little ahead of myself there, I guess. That's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Next pitch, taken for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strikes. Natera is your batter. Castile delivers. Big breaking pitch for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch to the plate. Misses inside. We go full. Castile up to 60 pitches now in the game. Full count. Pitch to the plate. Ripped out into center field, and that's going to get down in front. That's another base hit. So that is their 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th hit of the inning.
Right fielder Ethan Hood.
That'll bring Ethan Hood up to the plate. One out, runner on first base. Ethan Hood at the plate. Takes strike 1. Had a hit in his first at bat. 1 for 1 on the day. Flames trailing in this one, 4-3. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a shot to Simmons. Simmons backhands, throws to second. Over to Collier. Collier turns it to first. Great double play by the Flames. Those two guys have turned it well for several years, and that's a big turn for the Flames right there. But Valdosta State puts 3 on the board on 4 hits there in the bottom of the third, and they take a 4-3 lead as we head into the top of the fourth inning, and we'll be back with more Lee Flames baseball after these messages.
CHI Memorial offers virtual urgent care services for Tennessee residents ages 18 and older. The service is available daily until 10 p.m. Patients may receive consultations and even prescriptions for non-emergency issues. Learn more at memorial.org/virtual urgent care.
Your journey, whether 100 miles or 1,000, to rivers, deserts, forests, canyons, starts with one step. Embrace the journey. Love the destination. Eagle Christian Tours.
Grab a Zax Pax and get ready to dip, dunk, and devour 20 fingers, 30 boneless wings, crinkle fries, Texas toast, and a custom sauce bar. Feeding more than the fam? Zaxby's caters too. Order on the app or visit zaxbys.com.
You're listening to Lee University Athletics, presented by CHI Memorial on WCLE 99.1, W256DQ Cleveland, and 1570 AM.
And we welcome you back in here at Choccolocca Field down in Oxford, Alabama. Flames trailing in this one 4-3. We'll head into the top half of the fourth inning. Coming to the plate for the Flames this inning, that'll be Doman, Baxter, and Simmons, your 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Doman's first at bat was a fly out. Baxter with a fly out. So Doman coming to the plate, joined now by Athletic Director John Maupin. Coach, good to have you in with us. Appreciate you coming down and jumping on air with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be here. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel if I'm up here, but
we had to go to the pen early and bring you in, you know?
That's right. Yep. Call to the bullpen.
Well, we appreciate you and Jackson coming down and see if we can put some runs on the board while we got you up here with us. Cooper Doman stands in. Here's the pitch. Taken inside for ball one. Of course, Doman, the transfer for AMM, was all GSC last year. Missed the better half of the season, but good to see him back and key member for the Flames.
He can be a difference maker for us this week.
Here's the pitch. A little half swing. Not able to lay off that slider down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, it turned out to be a little better day. You know, we had lightning delay when you first got here, and turned out to be a nice day at the ballpark.
Yeah, I was worried. I brought that with me from Cleveland. We're hosting that track championship, and that's what we've been dealing with.
Doman fouls off that pitch to the right side, so 1 ball, 2 strike. Yeah, Phillips said they're in a delay, I guess, right now still for the track back at home.
Yep. Spring sports.
That's it, man. You just never know.
Sports. I tell you what, this is a great setup down here.
It's beautiful down here.
Great
I can see why they moved it here and host it here each year.
Yep.
Beautiful. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Doman. Booth with the pitch. Swung on and missed. That's a strikeout for Booth. So Doman goes down swinging. That'll bring up Gavin Baxter to the plate.
See if Gavin can get us going here.
He's been swinging it well. Last weekend he wore it out at home. Had 7 hits in that series and found his way into the lineup.
Multiple times this year he's had big hits for us in close games.
Here's the first pitch. Taken for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. If you're just now joining us, it's 4-3 Valdosta State here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch to Baxter. Swung on, ball's hit to the shortstop. Fields, steps, throws, gets that second out of the inning. So 6-3 if you're scoring at home. Pick up the second out of the inning. That'll bring Simmons out. He hit a hard line drive to the shortstop, his first at bat.
We've had a couple hard hits just right to him.
So. Well, just keep hitting it hard. Hopefully those are going to find spots to get down.
Yep. Got to stay patient against this guy, too.
Yeah, he's kind of settled in a little bit. But here's the pitch to Simmons. First pitch, swung on, foul ball down the first base side. Wind's been tough up here. We've had to lay down anything and everything we can to keep our papers from flying away.
You can see it moving that ball when it gets up in the
air,
too.
When out the left field especially, there was a couple they danced with. No balls, 1 strikes here to Simmons. Here's the pitch from Booth. Taken for strike 2. Good breaking pitch from Booth. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Here we go, Ashton.
He's been a great player for the Flames. I call him the glove because, man, everything hit to him, he catches.
He's a vacuum over there.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. That's another strikeout for Booth. That'll do it here in the top of the third. Score stays at 4-3. We're going to hold it right here. We'll talk to Coach Maupin a little bit about Lee Athletics and all that's going on. Coach, tell us a little bit about the track meet that we're hosting back home.
Well, you know, we got a beautiful facility over there, and we were honored to be able to host it this year. And just a great event. And of course, our track program has been really successful, and the women are in a good spot. Guys, it's going to be close to the finish, but Coach Morgan does such a good job with those programs, and you know, that's 80-something kids on that roster, and we enjoy taking good care of them. But hopefully, have some athletes qualify for the national championship. And you know, really, our big news this week is we closed in on tennis. We'll find out, of course, for sure. But with the rankings, both men's and women's tennis will qualify for the NCAA regionals, first time ever. And man, I'm excited about that. Patrick, Coach Hines has worked hard on those programs, and you know Patrick, great guy.
Yeah.
And so we're happy for him. They've had a great year, and to think about when we made that move to NCAA and them getting to this point of qualifying, and sometimes that's all it takes, and all of a sudden, you know, that was our experience with golf.
Yeah,
honestly.
you start getting on that national
And,
radar.
right.
Kids start picking up.
Opens the door, and so excited for them, and so next week golf's at NCAA regionals, tennis will be at NCAA regionals, and hopefully we can have a great week this week, and maybe baseball will be on their way too.
I'm sure that was hard for Patrick playing that waiting game too. You know, he's kind of a high energy guy, and I'm sure waiting to find out if the girls were going to get in was tough.
I'm sure he lost a little sleep, but they had such a good year, it put them in a great spot.
All right, here we go in the bottom of the fourth inning. Egypt leading off, taken for strike 1.
Be good to see quick work in this.
Yeah, Coop needs a quick inning. Get him back in that dugout, get the bats going. No balls, 1 strike here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. Taken for strike 2. Another good breaking pitch. Man, he's thrown that
2
pitch
good ones, yep.
really well for called strikes. Here's the pitch. Wow, that one's
off his foot. I
think,
wasn't it?
I think French blocked that one with his leg guard, and it kicked all the way up the net on the left side. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, big pitch. Just freezes the batter. Pumps him with that curveball, taking the entire way, gave up on it. So there's your first out of the inning, first strikeout for Castile.
Well, big double play at the end of the last one. Start this one with the strikeout. Hopefully a little momentum for Cooper here.
So you got your number 9 hitter, Carson, coming to the plate. 0 for 1 officially in the game. Here's the pitch from Castile. Again, breaking pitch, just squirts away from Castile, but it is from Castile. His brother's Castile that's a catcher from French.
Yeah, his brother was a great player.
Yeah. Going to make a good, I think they're going to turn him into a manager too. Here's the pitch from Castile. Just misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, there's been this crew over here. These umpires to my right have been on that pitch right there.
When I sit up in the stands, there's a lot of umpires out there.
Here's the pitch. Another breaking pitch. Man, he's pumping that
He's got that one dialed in.
With that curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Castile. Here's the pitch. Goes to it again, misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You know, I love our George and I seat at the cart, man. You can't beat that seat looking down on the field, but this isn't bad right here, man. You get a good view of the field and right up in with the fans, and always enjoy our broadcast here as well.
When they got fans up under here and ceiling fans keeping us cool, it's not a bad setup.
Not bad at all. That pitch misses outside. It's gone full now to the number 9 hitter. That is Carson Russell. Castile looks in. Here's the pitch. Ball fouled off down the right field side.
I tell you, I enjoy the vibe too with softball running their tournament.
Yeah.
You know, right here it just adds to the energy. And
I mean, we got down here last year, and the girls, I think it was last year, we got down here, and the girls were playing.
That's right.
So the guys got a chance to go over and cheer for them and watch them, and, yeah, it's a great vibe. There's a ground ball to Baxter. Baxter comes and gets it, steps.
Come on, Gavin.
Fires over to first
There we
base,
go.
records that second out. Nice play by Gav.
Real good play. It's kind of an in-between hop right
Yeah,
there.
that's one of those you gotta come get those, or it's going to eat you up. So he did a nice job of coming and getting that one, making the play. So we'll go to the top of the lineup as Pedro Moreno will come up to bat. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Good leadoff batter for them. Here's the pitch from Castile. Bounces in. That's ball 1. Umpire bailing out of the way. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Flames trailing 4-3 in this one. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ripped out into left field. Moreno hit it hard. Coach, that's one of those pitches you leave it up. A lot of these guys, they're not going to miss that one. They're going to jump all over it, and he did.
He did. Turned on that one.
So that'll get the leadoff batter for Valdosta on base. The number 2 hitter now will be Banks coming to the plate. He's already 1 for 2, scored a couple of runs, and has a couple of stolen bases. So it'd be good to keep him off base.
Yeah. He's easy to remember with these shoes.
I'm telling you.
Those are flashy.
They are pretty flashy. A little too quick for me, but they are flashy. Kind of blend in a little, or go with a little bit with that black uniform they're wearing. Here's the pitch to Banks. Taken for strike 1.
Look good there.
I like that location. They're out there down and away.
Yep.
No balls, 1 strike. Runner at first base, 2 outs. Castile throws over to first. Already has 1 pickoff in the game.
Yeah, that was the last inning.
Yeah, it's a nice
Travis,
move.
It was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of got that runner with a little bit of a rolling start there, and nice job by Platt to throw a good throw to second base to get the runner. Another attempt over to first base, because Moreno does lead their team with stolen bases, 20 out of 30 on the season. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Castile again. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Castile now in the game. 81 pitches, so getting close. Yeah, I see some pacing down in the bullpen. Here's the pitch from Castile.
That's a good pitch.
Taken for strike 2. Again with that breaking pitch.
Be good to see him get a punch out right here and maybe get another inning out of him.
I think that scoreboard's wrong. I think it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Something down and in, maybe get him chased. Here's the pitch. Down and in, misses.
That was a good pitch, honestly, on 1 and 2.
Guys are such good hitters nowadays with 2 strikes on. They just get in protect mode and able to lay off pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first base. Cooper Castile on the mound, makes the pitch. That's a sharp hit to Baxter, third base. Comes up, fires on the first base. Good pick by Platt at first base. Wow, big play.
Man.
Baxter had to, that one almost got him in between again. Makes a nice play on it, keeping it in front of him, and then Platt with a good pick at first base. Coach, I'm going to hold it here again because there's a couple things I want to talk to you about in between innings. Let's talk about the Star Awards the other night. We had one of the Flames baseball players, J.J. Williams, honored at the Star Awards. Just tell the fans a little bit about the Star Awards and then some of the awards that were given out.
Yeah, well, the Star Awards is our version of the ESPYs, and we've really been able to grow it over the last 5 or 6 years. Of course, named after George Starr, and George, as I tell him every year, has poured his life into our student athletes and of course getting the word out about them, and so just a great evening to honor him, and then really the primary thing of the night is just recognizing our student athletes and kind of celebrating their success. And it's a lot of fun being a student athlete, but it's a lot of work.
It is.
And we want our student athletes to know how much we appreciate what they put into it. And I think we feel like we've got a special culture at Lee University and blessed with a lot of good kids, a lot of good coaches. And, honestly, it's hard to recognize them. They get all so dressed up that night. And we're used to seeing them in uniforms and out there sweating and everything else. So it's a fun night. The student athletes really enjoy it. And, we had Dr. Kahn with us that night. So he got to have his picture with JJ and Ashley Sims. Those were our two Paul Kahn Student Athlete of the Year award winners. And, of course, Dr. Kahn's been such a strong advocate for athletics, absolutely keeps up with everything, and so that's always fun for him. But JJ's certainly a deserving recipient, and that goes to an undergrad student that's graduating. Of course, JJ's got time left with us and will head into grad school. But yeah, just a great night. And George texted me after he wasn't able to be with us, but I know he keeps up with it.
Oh yeah, and I think I love the name, the Star Awards. It just sounds good. And, and you're right about him. I've said this for years and years and years. He's always been about the kids. It's not about George. It's about our kids. Right. Over 300 and something strong in the athletic department. And he does a great job of telling their stories. All right, here we are in the top of the 5th inning. J.J. Williams leading it off. Here's the pitch, taken for ball 1, up and in.
It's going to be a good time to get something going right here, Travis.
Yeah, we need to get back, see if we can get back on top here. Out hitting us 7-3. Flames trailing 4-3. Here's the pitch. Taken inside for ball 2.
I really had to twist Jackson's arm to miss school today.
I bet you did.
Come down here with me, so he's made himself at home, found the snacks, and
got to play catch with Coach Brew. That was an added bonus.
That's right.
2-0 the count to JJ. Here's the pitch. Taken for strike 1. Woo! Yep, I knew that was coming from Mr. Baxter over here to the right. I know that voice well. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Let's get it here, JJ.
Booth looks in. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off.
Good cut.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gets a piece of that one. Umpire's got to chase that one down.
I don't think I've been down here yet where it wasn't pretty windy.
I know, yeah. It seems like
I'm watching these flags and everything else. It's blowing.
Well, the flag way out there is getting worked over. This one's kind of blowing in a little bit here. Just never.
Hard to get a feel for.
Yeah. Wouldn't want to be an outfielder. I know that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Booth right at 65 pitches. 3-2 the count to Williams. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off to the right side. One thing about JJ, man, it doesn't look like he swings that hard, but he generates probably more bat speed than any guy that we have on the team. Just hits the ball so hard.
Yeah, he really loads up and waits on it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Curveball taken up high. Booth walking off the mound, wanted that pitch. Umpire says it was up, so we'll go full.
We'll take that trade out on that.
I agree.
First strike. I tell you what, it's been fun to watch JJ make a big jump this year.
He sure has, and been a good leader from that leadoff spot. And just watching him the last 2 days, kind of being the voice of the team, getting the guys going, and great kid. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Little chopper. Is he going to get down? Nope. Nice play by the second baseman.
That was a good play.
Maybe hit off the end of the bat a little bit there. The second baseman had to come hard. Actually had to lay out to make the catch. So that's your first out.
Honestly, even on a little one like that, you can see the wind, holding it up.
Yeah, kind of pushing it away from him.
Back in.
So to bring Luke Collier up to the plate. Luke officially 1 for 2 today. Been in that 2-hole all season, up above 400 most of the season, just under 400 now. Here's the pitch.
Of course, Luke's got some good power too.
Yeah, he's good, strong hitter. 8 triples leads the team. That's hard to get a lot of triples. That is a big number for triples. He's got 8 of them this year. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch misses up.
I'm thinking Coach Saez would take credit for some of those Triples waving him over
Hey,
there.
there's been a few games Dan had to get some ice on Jorge after the game from that wave 'em home arm getting sore. 2 balls, no strikes to Collier. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Some sort of off-speed pitch there maybe on a 2-0 count. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 4-3 is your score, top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch to Collier. Swung on. Pitch was down, swings over the top of that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Travis Godfrey, John Moppin here with the call. Booth comes set, delivers. Swung on, there's a ball. Second baseman drifts back, makes the play. Well, he's 2 for 2 this inning, the second baseman is. That's the second out of the inning. Just a little liner right into.
Had to chase that one back.
Right over second base there.
Come in on.
So that'll bring sophomore Isaiah French to the plate. Isaiah 0 for 1. Laid down a sacrifice, or tried to put a bunt down, and they threw the ball down the right field line there on his first at bat.
Well, Isaiah's such a good athlete. You can tell he was going to have a chance to get there either way.
You know, George and I have talked about him this year. You had a lot of stolen bases, and you caught a lot of games, but has really good speed. You know, typically sometimes catcher may not be a speedy guy, but.
And he's another one, just true freshman last year, and made a big jump this year.
Yeah, he sure has.
Second team all GSC, right?
That's right.
Yep.
Great kid too. Always, willing to speak, share a handshake, and always enjoy talking to him when I can.
Yep.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. No runners on for the Flames. Here's the pitch to French. Misses down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tucker Platt on deck. Booth again comes set. Delivers. Swung on. Hit foul. Jorge knocks it down.
He's slowing down over there.
Just let it go, man. Why go after those, Save your energy, old man. He's got a lot of energy, though.
He does.
Always
high
moving.
energy.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Isaiah French at the plate for the Flames. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the right side. Way out of play.
He's on it. Let's see if we can get one here.
Maybe on the softball field. Yeah, he was on that one. Again, 2 balls, 2 strikes to French. Booth always working out of the stretch. Delivers. Swung on, rip. Jorge didn't want none of that one. Ripped right past him off that
he
padding.
didn't make much of an effort there.
I don't blame him.
See if we can straighten that one out a little bit.
Yeah, he was
Good hit.
dead red on that one. So we'll stay with 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good battle here between these two. Here's the pitch. Swung on again, a foul ball down the third base line. We're going to run out of baseballs here.
I love this big LED board the GSC brings in for this. That's nice.
They run all those advertisements out there and showcase your sponsors. It's like that ball's still out on the tarp cover got blown off.
They're putting Jorge to work out there.
Oh, maybe the ball got wrapped up in it. French with a long at bat here. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Flames being out hit 7-3, scores 4-3 in the top of the fifth. Here's the pitch to French. Swung on. Shortstop drifts back, camps underneath, loses his hat, makes the play. That'll do it for the Flames. No hits, no runs, no errors for the Flames here in the top of the fifth. Coach, if you'll hang in with me, we'll go one more half inning here if you're willing to hang in with me.
I am.
We'll talk a little bit more about Lee Athletics and all that's going on. And
well, let me. Last week we had 2 individuals named Gulf South Conference Player of the Year in their sports, which I think that's a big deal. So Ashley Soms for women's tennis, of course, top-ranked individual in the country on the women's side, and then Hannah Knoll, a local product from Cleveland High School, was the Gulf South Conference Women's Golf Player of the Year. So great week for them. And like women's golf will start Monday in the NCAA Regional down in Gainesville, Georgia. Top 4 teams advance to the national championship. I think the women's team is ranked 12th in the country right now. So doing some good things there, Coach G.
Yeah, Coach G's got to feel good about her team, man, because she had several other girls named to the all GSC team. That's quite a few girls named.
Yeah, she's a recruiter, and once they get here, it's hard not to like Coach G.
But it's good to see Hannah battle back. I know she had a little bit of an injury there for a while. Maybe, I don't know if it was wrist or something. So it's good to see her do well and battle back. And then, of course, the tennis player, man, she number 1 nationally ranked, you said? Well, that's pretty awesome. Of course, she won it last summer, I think, correct?
Yeah, so in the fall, tennis, the team championships in the spring, the individual championships in the fall, and, won the women's national championship in the fall. And we've gotten to, and she's the most humble, sweetest kid you could imagine. I know she doesn't love all the attention, but we're like, hey, we're gonna push it your way.
Because that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Happen a whole lot.
That's right.
So good. That's awesome, man. I know you're proud of the athletes and your coaches as well. All right, looks like Banks is leading off again. Or Pena, my apologies. This is Pena leading off. 0 for 1 officially with a walk. Coach, he was the GSC Player of the Year. 20 home runs, 78 RBIs. Just a big season for him.
Yeah, I mean he's the guy that jumps out of the lineup.
He does.
Just
the numbers alone.
He's got the build. Yeah.
He's behind 0-2 to Castile. Castile 2 strikes out of the gate here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the pitch. Just missed off the outside.
Good pitch there.
Yep, not a bad pitch on a 0-2 count.
That's right.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cooper's been working a little quicker these last 2 innings.
I like it. Dribbles it into the ground, just fights to stay alive. Coop at 86 pitches now, so he's getting close to his limit. Of course, Booth's at 85. Coop's a gamer, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's go get him right here.
Yeah, Coop's a battler.
It was a good pickup for Coach Brew and his team coming across from Cleveland State. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed.
Got him.
That's a big strikeout to start the bottom of the 5th inning for Castile and the Flames.
Real big strikeout. Yeah, I had a chance to talk to Cooper at one of our basketball games. He was there and enjoyed getting to pick his brain a little bit and hear his story. And we're thankful he's here. He's had a good year.
Such a good kid. He pretty much grew up right there at our field. All through the years of playing and coming to tournaments there and playing Ocoee and just a good kid.
We've gotten several good players from Cleveland State over the years.
Misses up high. This is Hunter Stowe. Hunter Stowe 1 for 2 with an RBI. Flames trailing in this one 4-3. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Castile with the pitch. Swung on. That's going to be hit to Simmons. Stays down on it. Fields fires across the plat. Nice play. That's why we call him the glove, just so smooth. I could watch. I joked with his mom and dad that, we don't charge anything to get into our ballpark, but I would pay to watch him field ground balls. He's just so smooth out there.
It's easy to take it for granted.
It is.
But, even right there, he makes it look a lot easier than it is.
So that's 2 quick outs for Castile here in the bottom of the 5th. Canagia now up to bat, 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Takes it up high for ball 1.
I told Jackson, I said, hey, you want to you want to learn something about how to field the baseball, watch Ashton today over there at shortstop.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's
textbook.
That's great parenting right there, telling you to watch him. There's a foul ball down the right side.
I think you and I both know how it goes. They don't want to listen to mom or dad.
Nope.
It is fun for me to see these athletes when I bring my kids around, the way they interact with them. It just, it means a lot to you. And they do that with so many of the kids around our department.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Castile with the pitch. Taking on that ball's hit sharply out into center field. J.J. Williams going to glide over, makes the play. And that is the final out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Flames trailing 4-3. Coach, appreciate you stepping in and spend a few innings with me, coming down. Looks like Jackson's probably due another trip to the concession stand, so we'll let you get back down to him and
hey,
see
Travis,
if we can.
let me just say we appreciate all you did this season and every season covering these guys. I know you're part of the team, man, and we just appreciate all your support.
Well, I appreciate that. I love my seat up there with George, and we have a lot of good times. And one of the best parts, like you said, is just getting to interact with the teams and being around them. Love getting to know their parents. And the hard part for us is, you have them for 4 years. You have them for Jax. You have him for 6 years. You get to know these people and spend time with them. Then they move on, and we're still here. So you just kind of run
right.
through, getting relearning and meeting new parents. But I tell you, this group right here has been a great group. That group last year of seniors that moved on were really special parents and kids. So George and I, obviously I'm speaking for him, but we're honored and privileged to get to do what we do and be around them. So we appreciate you making that happen for us each and every game and giving us such a beautiful seat at the Carp every weekend. And
that's a great place, that's for sure.
It's tough to beat. So appreciate you stepping in with us.
Thanks for having me.
Put your rally caps
find
on.
a way to pull this one out. Yep.
We'll get it going.
See you, Travis. Thank
you. That's Coach John Moppin, our athletic director at Lee, stepping in to spend a few innings with us. We appreciate the job that he does and his support, and his son Jackson down with him. He'll head out next week to take in golf. We'll catch up on our sponsors. Always we'd like to, when we have somebody on, be able to talk to them a little bit. So, all right, we head into the top of the 6th. Tucker Platt leading off. Score is 4-3. Lee trailing in this one. Here's the pitch to Tucker. Swung on, ripped down the third baseline. Foul ball. Tuck hit that one hard. Just goes foul. No balls, 1 strike. Tucker Platt, first baseman up to bat. Here's the pitch. Just outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Flames put 3 runs on in the top of the first. 3 hits. Looking to get back on the board here in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on, popped up. Second baseman drifts back. Camps underneath, makes the play. There's your first out. So we got 1 out here in the 6th inning. That'll bring Brock Sisson to the plate.
Right fielder, Brock Sisson.
Brock 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles to his credit. One out here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch to Brock. Swung on, fouled back. Had a nice cut at it. Just fouls it straight back into the netting. Brock's played catcher. He's been a DH. Now he's in right field today. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, Brock has been hitting the baseball, so you hit the baseball, you find yourself into the lineup regardless of what position. So Brock, not traditionally an outfielder for us, but playing that position because such of a hot bat. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Fouls it back over the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strike. Brock from Alabama. His family's here. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Taken for ball 2, missed on the outside corner. Two balls, 2 strikes. Booth looks in, comes set. Delivers. Breaking pitch. Oh, delayed call by the home plate umpire. That's strike 3. A little bit of delay there.
Left fielder, Malachi Cloud.
Yeah, tough take for Brock. That's the second out of the inning. That'll bring left fielder Malachi Cloud to the plate. Malachi looking for his first hit of the day. Has great speed. Reached on an error earlier in the game. Here's the pitch. Takes for strike 1. Malachi perfect in stolen bases this year, 24 of 24. Love when he gets on base. Good things usually happen. Behind in the count 0-1. Here's the pitch. Missed on the outside corner. That's ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Flames trailing 4-3 here in the top of the 6th. Malachi Cloud batting. Booth with the pitch. Swung on. That's ripped out into left field. That's going to stay fair. Malachi rounds first base. Got his great speed. He's going to cruise into second base. Great piece of hitting by Malachi. Like I said, when Malachi gets on base, usually good things happen.
Next up for Lee, designated hitter Cooper Doman.
That'll bring Doman up to the plate. Coop 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. A chance to pick up the tying run out there at second base. Coop in the DH role today. Came to Lee as a catcher. He's been primary just a DH since his return. Did catch in a couple of games last weekend. Here's the pitch to Doman. Swung on, and that's ripped down the third base line. Gonna be foul ball, man. He hit that one a long ways. Pitch was in. He drives it. Just hooks it foul. A lot of fans to their feet on that one. Long strike. Cooper working his way back to the plate. It would have been fun to celebrate for the Lee fans. No balls, 1 strike. You got Malachi Cloud running out there at second base. He had a double. 2 outs for the Flames. Here's the pitch to Doman. Misses down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Booth comes set. Delivers the pitch. Taken for strike 2. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Doman. Center field deep. Left fielder deep. Right field maybe a little shallow. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's a pop-up. Second baseman's going to drift back. Camps underneath it. That'll do it for the Flames here in the top half of the 6th inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We'll head into the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Lee Flames Baseball. We'll be back after these messages.
When injuries happen on and off the field, C4 Sports Therapy offers a total body functional approach to rehabilitation that helps you get back in motion fast. C4 is a different kind of therapy, offering personalized treatment programs and performance training and analysis in our professional athletic training facilities in Chattanooga and Cleveland. Our experienced high-energy team is focused on helping you recover fully from injuries, regain fitness after surgery, and prevent re-injury. Take your performance to the next level at sportmed.com/C4.
Hardee's is adding the goodness of maple flavor to our menu with new maple biscuits drizzled in sweet icing or stacked with savory sausage. Plus, our new cherrywood smoked maple candied bacon is perfect on a breakfast biscuit, Frisco burger, or its own. For a sweet spot in your day, maple makes everything better at Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon every day. Available for a limited time at participating locations. Breakfast hours vary by location.
Welcome you back to the ballpark. Cooper Castile back out to work again. Flames trailing in this one 4-3. We're into the bottom of the 6th inning. Andres Natera coming to bat for Valdosta State. Valdosta State scored 1 in the bottom of the 1st, 3 more in the bottom of the 3rd. Out hit the Flames 7-4 today, leading 4-3. Castile looks in. Here's the pitch. Swung on, belted out in the center field. J.J. Williams comes in. Ball, man, it had a lot of topspin on it, Phillip.
Yeah.
And J.J. makes a nice catch.
Yeah, that thing kind of died on him just a little bit. As the Flames, 4 hits, Valdosta 7 hits in this contest. Booth now at 100 pitches, Castile at 99 pitches.
Well, left on a lot of pitches, so I don't see anybody down in Valdosta's, but the Flames have some action. This is Hood now at the plate. Phillip, I don't know if you get these notifications from back home, but we keep getting thunderstorm warnings back home. So
No, I do not. I don't know. I don't
know what that means for us, but hopefully that weather will get out of there. Here's the pitch from Castile. That's taken for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
By the way, Jax Howard was getting loose when I was walking back up here. I'm not sure who else is down there.
I see a lefty now, so that's Will Baker that's throwing now. Here's the pitch from Castile. Misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch from Castile. Swung on. There's a shot out to Simmons. Fields it up. Throws. Out at first base. 6-3. You're scoring at home. Another good play by the always steady Simmons out there at shortstop. That'll bring Eligic to the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Both teams have struggled with the error allowing runs to come across here today.
Yeah.
Both pitchers only given up 1 earned run.
Well, squares around, shows bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. Coop looking to make quick work here in the bottom half. Here's the pitch. Another breaking pitch. Strike 2. Taken all the way by the batter. That's been his pitch today. He's been able to get that breaking pitch called. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Woo, boy, didn't miss by much. Coop walks around the back of the mound to receive the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't know what your angle was for Cooper Doman's hit. It was just foul by about maybe a foot.
Man,
Just not much longer.
All of a sudden you see the fans down here all stand to watch. Would have been fun. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Misses off the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coop Castile trying to finish the 6th here. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a line drive up to Simmons. Fields throws. Got him. Good 1-2-3 inning there for Cooper Castile. No hits, no runs, no errors. No runners left on base. We'll move into the top half of the 7th inning. You're listening to Lee Flames Baseball. We'll be right back.
CHI Memorial offers virtual urgent care services for Tennessee residents ages 18 and older. The service is available daily until 10 p.m. Patients may receive consultations and even prescriptions for non-emergency issues. Learn more at memorial.org/virtual urgent care.
Hey sports fans, as you cheer on your favorite teams, don't forget to fuel up at Just Love Cafe, the ultimate spot for breakfast, lunch, and coffee that'll keep you going all day long. Whether you're grabbing a quick bite before class or enjoying a Saturday brunch with the family, Just Love has got you covered. Dive into the delicious dishes and sip on amazing coffee in a cozy atmosphere that feels like home. Visit us at 2291 Parker Street, where great food and great coffee are always in play. See you there.
You're listening to Lee University Athletics, presented by CHI Memorial on WCLE 99.1, W256 DQ Cleveland, and 1570 AM.
We welcome you back in. We're headed into the top of the 7th inning. Lee Flames baseball trailing 4-3. Booth back out there on the mound, Phillip.
Yeah, he's thrown 100 pitches, 4 strikeouts, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks so far. And you mentioned the rain at home. There's rain coming. It's almost to Birmingham. It's a pretty good little line of strong storms. So the next game, Mississippi College West Alabama, may get delayed at some point.
Talking about a late night start for that final game tonight. All right, Gavin Baxter to lead it off for the Flames. Flames looking to get it going. 3 runs on 4 hits. Scored all 3 of those runs there in the top half of the first inning. Baxter stands in. Looks like there's a righty starting to get loose in the Valdosta State bullpen.
Well, you would imagine with 100 pitches,
yeah,
he's gonna, at some point he's going to, especially if they need him at any point down the line.
Here's the pitch to Baxter. Swung on, fouled off the right side. Gavin swinging early. Flames been stuck on 4 hits for just a bit. Here's the pitch from Booth. Breaking pitch misses up. 1 ball, 1 strike. What's going on over at softball? Have you any updates?
I haven't looked yet. I
haven't
can pull
heard
that
much.
up real quick.
Of course, it's hard to hear.
All the way over here, yeah. So let's see here.
Usually when we're on the first base side over there, you can kind of peekaboo what's with the action. Here's the pitch to Baxter. Swung on. Ball's hit out into left field. That's going to get down. Baxter's going to have a leadoff single for the Flames. Good start.
Yeah, you wonder now with Booth out there, just see how far can he go, and if you get in a little trouble, how quickly do you pull him? Because there's 2 arms now, 2 righties warming up for Valdosta.
So you're going to get a pitch runner here. Miller going to come in to run for Baxter. So JJ will likely stay in and play third base. My apologies. JoJo will likely stay in to play for third base. That'll bring Ashton Simmons up.
In softball today, earlier it was Mississippi College defeating Trevecca, and then I think Huntsville beat Montevallo, and now AUM leads 1-0 over Mississippi College.
AUM's the number 1 seed, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
MC's in an elimination game, their second game of the day. They're down to the you play 2 today if you need to.
Here's Simmons, stands in. Probably a bunt situation, I would think. Yep, shows bunt. Gets it down, pushes it, just goes foul. First baseman will step over to field it.
Yeah, just leaned out a little too far with that one. Probably should have pulled it back and let it go.
Yeah, that ball pitch was going to miss high, I think. For Simmons, you play 4 years at Bradley Central, you're going to know how to bunt because Travis Adams does that quite a bit. So see if we can get it down here. No balls, 1 strike. JoJo Miller running at first base now. Pinch runs for Gavin Baxter, who led off with a single. Here's the pitch to Simmons. Shows bunt. Gets it down, fields it right back to the pitcher. He goes to second base for the first out. So they do get the lead runner. Not ideal where you really want to bunt the ball back to the pitcher.
Yeah, he put too much on it, too.
Yeah,
like he poked out too hard and let it dribbled on out towards.
Instead of just deadening it and killing it, kind of, like you said, pushed it out through there. So that'll bring J.J. Williams up to the plate. J.J. on the day, 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout, looking for his first hit. Simmons replaces Miller at first base with 1 out. Here's the pitch to J.J. Swung on, hit up the middle. Oh, nice play by the shortstop. Goes to his knees, fires over to second. Double play at first base. Man, that ball was hit hard, but nice play by the shortstop. So
yeah,
I had twin Twin Killings 6-4-3 does the Flames in here in the top half of the 7th inning. So 1 out, no runs, no errors, no runners left on base. We'll head into the bottom of the 7th inning. Flames trailing in this one 4-3. You're listening to Lee Flames Baseball.
When you need immediate medical care, AFC Urgent Care is here and ready to see you 7 days a week. AFC Urgent Care providers treat colds, flu, burns, allergic reactions, and viral infections. Plus, perform digital x-rays, sutures, sports physicals, and same-day in-house labs and much more. AFC Urgent Care clinics see patients 6 months and up and are open at convenient hours that fit into your busy schedule. Your local AFC is open, safe, and ready to serve you.
At McDonald's, we're making changes every day to serve you better. It's what we're made of. And serving you better means fresh beef quarter-pounder burgers. Your burger, his burger, her burger. All cooked fresh, right when you order. Made from pure North American beef and just a pinch of salt and pepper. Because we think there's nothing better than a fresh beef quarter-pounder burger made for you, right when you order. And that's just one way we're showing you what we're made of.
We head into the bottom of the 7th inning now. Your score, Valdosta State 4, the University 3. Cooper Castile back out on the mound. Coop's gone 6 innings, 106 pitches, 7 hits, 4 runs. Of course, only one of those runs has been earned. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Be the number 9 batter at the plate now. This is Carson Russell coming to the plate. Russell 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Takes strike 1.
You imagine this is a big out here for Castile.
Yeah.
Bottom of the order going back towards the top where Moreno has 2 hits, Banks has a hit, and 2 runs scored.
Next pitch misses high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, that top of the order's been tough for them today.
I think it's been tough for everybody this season.
Yeah, I agree. You know, they hit it well. That's of course, the Flames' top 3 have been really good this year as well.
Sisson leads with 2 of the 4 hits.
Here's the pitch. That's taken for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Both pitchers now on 106 pitches on the day.
Castile working quick. Here's the pitch. Fouled into the net. 1 ball, 2 strike. He seems to be working a little quicker now late in the game. Probably a lot of adrenaline. Looks down, gets the sign. Delivers. There's a line drive. Base hit through the hole out into right field. So the number 9 hitter picks up a hit there. Head back to the top of the lineup as Pedro Moreno coming to bat. 2 for 3 for him on the day.
So now you wonder on the other end how long Castile's going to go.
You see Coach Brew inching a little closer out here from the top of the. He's just going to make position, shift some guys around. Big hole between first and second. Here's the pitch. Looks to bunt. Hits him. Breaking pitch down and in. Hits the batter. So Moreno will take first base. That'll bring Banks to the plate.
Yeah, not the ideal start here for Castile.
No. 1 for 3 for DJ Banks. That'll bring Coach Brew out of the dugout. Gives a look down to the bullpen.
So we'll see who's going to come out next. See if it's going to be Baker or Jax coming out of the pen. That'll be the end of the day for Castile.
Go to x.com/GoSouth to begin receiving.
We'll see what it's going to be as Coach Brew steps out to the mound now. And it's going to be Jax Howard.
Yes, sir.
He'll come out. He'll warm up. Let's take a timeout. We'll take a break. Back with more here in a moment on the Lee Flames Sports Network.
Hardee's is adding the goodness of maple flavor to our menu with new maple biscuits drizzled in sweet icing or stacked with savory sausage. Plus, our new Cherrywood smoked maple candied bacon is perfect on a breakfast biscuit, Frisco burger, or its own. For a sweet spot in your day, maple makes everything better at Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon every day. Available for a limited time at participating locations. Breakfast hours vary by location.
When injuries happen on and off the field, C4 Sports Therapy offers a total body functional approach to rehabilitation and helps you get back in motion fast. C4 is a different kind of therapy, offering personalized treatment programs and performance training and analysis in our professional athletic training facilities in Chattanooga and Cleveland. Our experienced high-energy team is focused on helping you recover fully from injuries, regain fitness after surgery, and prevent re-injury. Take your performance to the next level at sportmed.com/C4.
Jax Howard stepping out here, Travis, to pitch for the Flames. The graduate student from Ooltewah, Tennessee, on the season. Now 5.40 ERA, 11.2 innings pitched, 6 hits, giving up 7 runs, 7 of them earned, walked 5, struck out 15 on the season. Comes in a tough spot.
Yeah.
2 on, no down here in this 7th inning.
Well, that's good to see Jax back out there. Obviously, battled some arm injuries, but good to see him back out. And like you said, pressure situation here for Jax in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 runners on, no outs. See what Jax can do, looking to get that out, get that first out.
So on second will be Russell. Moreno will be on first. Cooper's day will come to a close outside of possible any other runs. He threw 112 pitches. He gave up 8 hits, had 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. So far, 4 runs, 1 earned.
Yeah, that 3rd inning, bottom of the 3rd, was a tough inning. Couple of errors in that inning, and as you said, 3 unearned runs there. Looks like Jax is ready to go. Flames trying to hold it at 4-3 right here. Tough man in Banks coming to the plate.
Meanwhile, Booth is at 106 pitches. 5 hits, 3 runs, struck out 4, walked 2.
All right. Jax looks in. Looks like he's ready to go.
Infield playing, anticipating a bunt possibly.
Well, he's swinging.
Swung at that one.
0-1 to count. No sign of a bunt there. Sure Tucker and JoJo were down and ready, but.
Yeah, I mean, Tucker was on the grass.
Yeah.
Essentially in bunt position.
Takes such a big swing, too. Hits it hard. No balls, 1 strike. DJ Banks, your batter. Jax Howard comes set. Here's the pitch. Misses low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. They always look to Simmons there at shortstop in between pitches. He'll flash through the signs relayed to him from the dugout. JoJo even with the bag at 3rd. Platt a little in front at 1st. Infield back. Here's the pitch. Taken for strike 2. Good breaking pitch from Jax.
Yeah, good movement on that one. Found the corner.
1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Banks stands in. 2 good-sized guys going head-to-head here. Here's the pitch from Jax. Misses up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Howard stands at 6'5", Banks is 6'3".
Yeah, that's 2 good-sized guys there. A couple of small forwards. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Just misses low and outside. Good stop by French.
Yeah.
We'll go full.
Yeah, good shift quickly to his right. That one was tailing away towards his right. Kept it in front of him. No one could advance.
Pressure pitch here from Howard. Full count, nobody out. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Here's the pitch. Challenged him. There's a play by Pratt at 1st. Fields that hopper and steps right on first base. Runners advance to 2nd, 3rd. Only play he had was just going to the bag there, getting that sure out.
It was real close to being foul. If he had let it go, there's no guarantee that would have been foul or fair, so he just had to make the smart play and get the first out. Both runners will advance to 2nd and to 3rd.
I think you're right on that because one more hop, and that could have been a foul ball because It was trailing that way, but nice play by Platt. So we got one out here. They're going to walk Pena. I mean, good grief. Open bag. Close ball game. Player of the year. Can't say I blame Coach Brew there.
No, I don't either.
So you got bases loaded with one out. Again, Miller going to play about even, maybe a step in front of the bag at third. Same for Platt at first. Middle infielders Simmons and Collier back looking for that double play ball.
Bases loaded. At third is Russell. Second, Moreno. First is Pena.
Good hitter here, Hunter Stowe. Howard looks in. Here's the pitch. Oh, nice stop by French. Boy, that saved a run. Just fields that one with his mitt, Phillip.
He just got that one.
Yeah.
I mean, he just reached over and just snagged that close enough.
Had a lot of bite on that pitch. One ball, no strikes. One out. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off the right side. One ball, one strike. Flames looking to get out of this seventh inning. Pressure moment here. Could be a big part of this game. Howard again looks in. Here's the pitch. Swung on, another foul ball off the right side. You see Stowe choked up on that bat a little bit. See a little bit of that knob.
He's just not quite got the timing down and keeps fouling them away.
Fighting to stay alive. So now we move to 1-2 in the count with one out. Bases loaded again. Here's the pitch. Swung on, another foul ball down the right side.
So 3 straight foul balls basically toward the same area.
Yeah, just fighting it off that outside corner, trying to stay alive is Stowe. Conjita on deck. He's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs on the day. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jax Howard on the mound. Delivers. Swung on. There's a ball hit just past Collier in the outfield. 1 run's going to score. Here comes the second run. It's going to score. So that's 2 runs for Valdosta State in this inning.
And it was on the ground what you wanted, but it was just placed perfectly in between first and second base. He went opposite field with that one.
Well, you know, those last 3 pitches, he was working him off that corner, and he was fouling those pitches off to the right side. Finally gets one he's able to handle and drives it through. So now the score moves to 6-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Runners now on first and second with 1 out, and that'll bring Giovanni Conjita up to the plate again. 1 for 2, 2 RBIs for him. Here's the pitch from Howard. Misses up. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Howard just stands out on the mound, gets his sign. Pitch to the plate. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch there by Jax. Batter swings over the top. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Valdosta State now about hit the Flames 9-5. Here's the pitch. Again, misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Howard delivers the pitch. Taken for a strike 2.
Caught the inside corner that time.
Yeah, nice pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
6 runs now for Valdosta on 9 hits. 2 errors from Lee have contributed to those 6 runs. Howard
with the pitch. Nice pitch. Catches that outside corner with a breaking pitch. Big strikeout for Jax. That's out number 2 here in the inning.
Needed that one.
Yeah.
Caught the corner, froze him. Third strikeout for the Flames pitchers today.
Had to bring Andres Natera to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. Again, runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Misses down low for ball 1.
Good speed there from Howard. Just didn't keep it up in the zone. Tailed down on him.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Nice breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. Howard looks in. Here's the pitch. Swings and a miss. Big pitch.
He got out in front of that one.
Yeah.
I think he was anticipating one pitch and got another one.
Wanted that fastball and got an off-speed pitch there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big pitch here coming for Jax. Here's the pitch. Foul ball off to the right side. Pass ball there from Jax.
Again, Natera's still not quite caught up to what Howard is pitching.
Yeah, he throws hard. Of course, 6'5" and throws hard. He's throwing downhill. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andres Natera, your batter. Flames looking for the final out here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Oh, man. Takes ball 2. Just missed off the outside corner. Count moves to 2-2 now. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Howard delivers. Misses outside. Count goes full. Runners will get a good start here, Phillip.
Yeah, Howard, for the most part, his miss has been way outside. He's missed a couple close ones, but he's either had a striker high and away.
All right, here we go. Full count, 2 outs. Runners on the go. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout from Jax. So Valdosta adds 2 more runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Your score now 6-3. We'll head into the top of the 8th. Flames looking to get the bats going, see if we can get some runners on, some runs in. We'll head into the top of the 8th inning. We'll be back. You're listening to Lee Flames Baseball.
Best Western Plus Magnolia Suites is a proud sponsor of Lee Athletics. They are moments from I-75 and a very short drive from large companies, Lee University, shopping, movies, and the Greenway. While you are here, enjoy their pet-friendly rooms, free Wi-Fi, and the refreshing outdoor pool. The hotel has electric chargers to keep your vehicle all charged up while on your journey. Best Western Plus Magnolia Suites is located at 107 Interstate Drive Northwest in Cleveland. Give them a call today at 423-339-1000 to reserve your stay today.
Hi, I'm Broderick, and I hate going into other jewelry stores because I feel like I'm walking into the set of a scary movie with a salesperson staring at me the whole time without saying a single word. Or I feel like I'm going to visit the Queen of England, and I am not worthy to be in the presence of such a lavish jewelry store. I made a promise to never allow that experience to happen. At BW James, you'll find no high-pressure sales tactics and a down-to-earth staff that really cares about you finding the perfect engagement ring or wedding band. BWJamesJewelers.com.
Flames got some work to do here as we get ready to dive into this one. Looks like we got a new pitcher here for the Blazers coming in as we go to the 8th down, 6-3.
Yep, that is number 19, Anthony Martins. He's a 5'11 senior transfer from the University of West Florida. 2-0 record on the season, 5.33 ERA, 27 innings pitched, 31 hits. Leading off for the Flames, that'll be Luke Collier. Here's the pitch. Swings. There's a shot out to the shortstop. Gets up into him. Fires over to first base. Just gets Collier. Did a good job keeping that in front of him, able to throw Collier out.
Yeah. Moreno has done a good job of making some tough plays and then recovering on others.
Yeah, got that good strong arm, able to, like I said, keep it in front of him, then showcase that arm to first. That'll bring French to the plate. Booth went 7 innings, 106 pitches, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. French takes strike 1. French looking for his first hit of the day, 0 for 2. Did reach base on the error when he put down a bunt. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Foul tip into the catcher. French quickly behind 0-2.
For the most part, the Flames haven't been fooled by it too much. They've just been hitting it right to people all day.
And they've hit some line shots at some people too. They've made some good plays, both infield and out. Here's the pitch. Misses high, 1 ball, 2 strikes to French.
When Martin faced Lee the first time, he went 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. That was earned, struck out 4.
Fly ball popped up on the infield. Second baseman's going. Oh, right fielder going to take over. He makes the play there in short right field. That's out number 2 of the inning. That'll bring Tucker Platt to the plate. Tucker on the day, 0 for 3. First baseman for the Flames. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Flames trailing 6-3.
Flames do not have an RBI on the day. All the runs have not been driven in.
Here's the pitch. Tucker takes that one for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Platt lays off, takes ball 1. Try to get him to chase.
He almost did.
Yeah, held that pitch up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs for the Flames. Here's the pitch. Platt drives it up the middle. That's a good base hit from Tucker. See if we can get some things going here. Got a good pitch to handle and drives it up the middle.
Shortstop had shifted a little bit towards third base there, anticipating him just going that direction, not pulling it, and he pulled it more towards the middle.
That'll bring Brock Sisson up to the plate. He has 2 hits today, 2 for 3 with a strikeout. Tucker Platt running at first base. Sisson at the plate, steps in. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, ball 1.
Good hold on that one. Take that first pitch. Valdos's got a left-handed pitcher warming up here now for the Blazers.
One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Sisson. Swung on a miss, off-speed pitch.
Yeah, he fooled Sisson there. Got out in front of it. He was anticipating a fastball, got the changeup instead.
Yeah. You can see him just reaching. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Brock looking to extend the inning here for the Flames. Here's the pitch. He belts that one out into left field. The left fielder comes over. Makes a nice running play. That'll end the inning for the Flames. Another good play by that left fielder out there. So 1 hit, no runs, no errors, 1 man left on base. We'll head into the bottom of the 8th inning. Flames trailing 6-3. You're listening to Lee University Flames Baseball. We'll be right back.
During the Start Something New sales event at Crown CDJR Cleveland, shop over 225 new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams, up to $16,000 off MSRP. Or get financing as low as 0% for up to 72 months. New Year savings on new 2024 Jeep Gladiators, up to $16,000 off MSRP. Crown CDJR, the better way to buy and service. Visit crownchrysler-dodge-jeep.com.
With approved credit, $13.89 per thousand finance on select models. Stock 412184.
Turn your world yellow with Mayfield Dairy. Whether you're wrapping up a workout or craving a tasty afternoon treat, our rich chocolate milk replenishes nutrients, provides high-quality protein to keep you going. Grab some Mayfield milk today and experience real Southern Sunny goodness in every sip. From our iconic yellow jugs to our delicious chocolate milk, everything tastes better with Mayfield. Turn your world yellow because the best moments are made with Mayfield Dairy. We go now Going now to the bottom of the 8th inning, 6-3 our score here. Jax Howard out to actually start an inning this time instead of coming on in the middle of an inning. Flames down by 3. If they can't make the comeback here, they will play tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern time against Trevecca Nazarene tomorrow, who lost earlier today.
It'll be the 4th matchup between those teams.
In a week.
Yeah, in a week. Just played each other last week, and Trevecca won 2 of 3. Flames still have one more at bat to go. Scored again 6-3. Lee scored 3 right off the bat. Phillip to take a 3-0 lead going in, and then Valdosta answered with 1 in the bottom of the 1st, and then 3 there in the bottom of the 3rd, 2 more in the bottom of the 7th. We head into the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, Booth kind of made some adjustments after that first inning, and he didn't strike out 13 like the first time he did against the Flames, but he just did enough to basically just get out.
Yep, he sure has. Pitched well. It'll bring Easton Hood to the plate, 1 for 3 on the day. Holds that bat way back in behind. A little late on that one. 0-1 the count.
In the last inning for the Blazers, they sent 7 to the plate. This is 7, 8, 9 in the order: Hood, Elijak, and Russell.
Here's the pitch from Howard. Man, rocks it out there into left field.
That one was low out of the zone as well. That wasn't a left one up there. That was a little golf chip.
Went down and got that one, just drives it into left field. That's another hit for Valdosta State. That'll bring Elijak to the plate. 0 for 2 with a strikeout today.
We have a pinch runner coming up here for the Blazers. At 9. That's going to be Marco Silviano from Jacksonville, Florida. He's a senior.
So Silviano will come in to run at first base.
Valdosta State running at first base, number 9, Marcus Silviano.
Tells me they're probably going to play for another run here. See what the
Put some speed out there is what they're looking at, right?
See what the number 8 hitter does here. Here's the pitch. Takes it for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Valdosta State batting. Here's the pitch. Down low again. Runner is breaking, gets caught off at first base. Collier's running back to first. Flows it over to Platt. Platt's going to run him down, make the tag right there. Kind of got caught out there in no man's land, Phillip, and nowhere to go.
I don't think Isaiah French realized it either. So Flames fortunate to get the break. That's a 2-4-3 put away.
Well, the good thing that he did, he threw it ahead of the runner instead of throwing it behind the runner. So able to run him back towards first base, and Tuck shows off some speed there, able to run down the runner.
Yeah, I think there was a kind of, I don't know if there was a mix-up of on both sides of what was happening there.
So there's your first out. 2 balls, no strikes to the batter. Here's the pitch. Oh, that's ripped down the first baseline just inside the bag. That's going to get all the way down to the corner. Sisson goes over. Runner's going to go all the way around to third base on that. So a triple to the corner. Wow, just inside the bag.
Flame supporters below us didn't like it, but that's the right call. It was a fair ball down that first baseline. It just caught inside.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Not by much, but it did catch. And so now that picked off runner is huge because there would have been another run scored.
Yeah, that was the absolute correct call there. So runner now on third base, 1 out. The home plate umpire's out in the infield, got his paperwork out. Carson Russell stands at the plate.
I'm not sure what the conference is about.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. They're certainly looking over something, and I'm going to bring Coach Brew out to discuss something with him. Well, that ball went all the way down in that far right corner, too. All right. Not sure what that was all about, but
it wasn't argument about is it a foul or not.
No.
It was something else.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, he stood out there kind of in front of third base looking at his piece of paper and writing something down, but.
And there was just not an issue of someone didn't re-enter because Elijah never came out of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that was about.
All right, runner on third base. This will bring Carson Russell up 1 for 3 on the day. Howard looks at the runner at third, delivers the pitch. That's a check swing. He went around. That's strike one. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Flames trailing 6-3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 11 hits now for Valdosta State. Here's the pitch. Good fastball from Howard right down the middle for strike 2. Now here's where French comes into play. You really got to keep everything in front of you. Keep that runner at third base on any pitches low and away or in the dirt. He's showing bunt. Got the bat out in front. Howard shows. Oh, they do bunt. It's coming to Howard. He's coming home. There's the tag by French. Pumps him. That's a great play. Good job by Jax Howard. Made me a little nervous there. Didn't flip the ball with his hand. Flipped it with the glove. A lot of things can happen there, but great tag by French to record that second out at home.
And that one, just like what Ashton Simmons did the last half inning, just put it out just far enough out to the pitcher. And Jax had no option but to glove it.
Yeah, Jax throws so hard he falls off the mound that direction, obviously, and got in a good fielding position. So now we have 2 outs. Runner on first base. The always dangerous Pedro Moreno up to bat. 2 for 3 on the day. Howard with the pitch. This is down and in, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs.